Do not take product if you are hypersensitive.
Let's sigh. So, Norm, how is this different from your setup with Corey?
It's not on video.
Yeah.
Is this started?
We are started.
Oh, no.
Pre-roll.
No, edit this out. No, I'm not even joking.
Intoxicated
Cut this out.
She cuts
Cut
a
this
lot.
out.
Like when I don't like editing, so I just
Like, I want this stopped, deleted, and then we can start.
You wanted
not gonna
to
happen.
start with welcome back to the Intox. Like you
went diva. You went from professional to diva. No one needs to
That's
get
what I wanted to
his
say.
open
most
moment.
diva guest so far.
That's how he likes to start the podcast.
I just like to be told things have started.
It took almost 4 years for this to happen.
Yes.
This is, and I guess we're just gonna get started, and just dive right in. This is real special. I think it's pretty special.
Yeah, I think it's pretty special.
I like to think that I just asked a bunch to Corey. Can you and Norm come on? Can you and Brian come on? Can you and Norm come on? Can you and Brian come on? Like over and over and over again. And then now it's finally happened.
It has.
I was asked once. it was this time.
And that was it?
Yeah. I was
really?
like, yeah,
We
all
brought
right.
it up before when we're like, we may bring you. We had a whole trivia thing, and then that just never happened. Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember not believing you because I was like, you guys are never going to be able to write questions.
I fucking forgot about the trivia
was like,
thing.
I was like,
that would have
that's
been
an
a good thing
absolute
to
great
prepare
idea.
tonight.
It would have. I'm like, but you okay? Do you want to do introductions?
Yeah, we'll do introductions. So, okay, but I have some backstory to these introductions. I'm going to introduce them first.
Yeah, so-
You know Corey. Corey's the host of InTalksicated Reviews.
Mm-hmm.
And this week, we have his very regular co-host, Norm.
Who told you?
So
I was
weird
very
to say a
regular?
name with
How
a-
did you know?
Norm. You are pretty much Corey's co-host at this point.
Well,
Is that correct?
except for when he doesn't tell me when I'm not.
That happened recently.
Like an episode will come out without you?
Well,
and you're
Yeah,
like,
we did-
exactly.
you're-
We did a Halloween episode on Saved by the Bell, which turned out not to be very Hawaiian, Halloweeny.
Yeah.
And then Brian called me. He's like, "Hey, Travis wants to do a podcast. Let's do Child's Play." So then Norm told his family to listen to the Halloween episode, and then it turned out.
Well, they didn't. They didn't, though.
They didn't,
I
yeah.
was just like, no. I think how I found out was, I think I finally was like, oh, I wonder if you're on Google Play, because I was going to recommend it to somebody.
Your sister and brother and
No, they're all on Apple. So it was someone. I was like, oh, are they on Google Podcast yet? Hi, buddy. And I was like, oh, you are. And I went to look for the episode, and I was like, Chucky 3? What the fuck? Chucky 3?
Child's Play 3.
Well, whatever. Bullshit 3? I was angry. And I was just like, it wasn't even that big a deal. If anything, I appreciate it because it gave me time to not record 1 week when I didn't have time to record. So I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Welcome to the world of a weekly podcast.
Speaking of which, like this better be an episode for both of your shows because I'm not doing double duty.
I mean, you could. I feel like I feel like there's quite a bit of overlap with our listenership.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so.
Although, if you guys want to stay and like
I don't think
recap a movie
I don't think anyone,
after this, you certainly
I don't think
can.
anyone listens to anything that I say.
Well, that
ever.
his catchphrase.
Hello, entire world.
That's his.
Oh,
when I
there it
introduce him
is.
here,
Hello, entire
because he's just
world.
like nobody listens. It's like I get a lot of.
Just rephrase it for this one.
What?
Say
Did you
hello
just tell me to change my catchphrase?
for this one only.
Repurpose.
After
you
I
say
requested,
hello entire Halifax comedy scene.
I requested to get the restart done, and it's like, no, fuck you twice. You and both the microphones.
I
gave
truly
you.
think my last episode I recorded, which by the way I love you guys so much, but they truly made it. I think they were purposely making it like unusable for me.
Who's
Like
they?
everything was like edit that, edit that, edit that, edit that, edit that, edit that, and I want to kill them.
We've talked about it. 3 people. You.
Three
don't know.
comics.
Oh,
3 comics who are all friends. They call themselves the Banana Boys.
I saw that. I did not know that's what they were called, but
Their theme song is That Shit Is Bananas, bringing it back to Norm and Corey, who love that song. Oh, Norm and Kurt.
Yeah.
It was you and Kurt's song.
Get your karaoke facts.
My bad. Sorry, it was so long ago.
I think one time on a live stream, that makes sense because Albert Coombs had frozen bananas in his fridge that looked like turds. Hey guys, check out my bananas. I gotta be close.
You do such a good Albert Coombs impression.
It's just off that one. That one thing I can say really good is that one time we were like, any advice? He's like, don't bomb.
Don't bomb.
Don't bomb.
Don't bomb. But okay, backstory about you guys. So this is cool because we all used to, back in the heyday. Yeah. Back in the heyday when friendship was a thing. And we would stay out past 10 p.m.
Yes.
On a weeknight.
Singing karaoke.
The podcast trivia was kind of born at a Fickle Frog table while drinking. Yeah. With you guys. I'm pretty sure.
It even was like, and maybe it was in your mind for yourself, but for a long time you were encouraging us to do a podcast. That's true. Which is funny, which is full circle. To get us to do a podcast, all you had to do was invent a podcast first, then invent a second one, then just like let me adopt it, and then I finally.
And then eventually I went.
So now's the time to say I'm out, guys.
I remember. There you go. I remember. Sarah got. I think it was. And it was like a gift to us, and you took them both, which I was like, yeah, that's fine.
It was probably an apology gift because I was probably being dramatic.
It was a Christmas.
Made you guys mad.
I think it was a Christmas present.
I think I'm pretty sure it was an apology gift.
I think it was too, if I remember correctly. But anyway, yes. Yeah. It had a very nice note on it.
20% less dramatic now, by the way.
That's still a lot. It was very encouraging. It was really nice. And my only thing was, I said to Corey, I was like, I can do this anytime you want. Because at that point, I was working as a server and I was doing trivia. I was like, but you just have to produce it all. Like you have to
do all, yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know I didn't know what that meant. Like I was just like, I didn't have the extra time. Mm-hmm. Actually, well, maybe I did at that point. The restaurant was much busier than it eventually became. But it was like I was really busy with trivia, and I was just like, I loved hosting trivia, but it was a feeling of you always had homework to do. Like until that week's round was done, it was just like there's something to do. You can't. There's no guilt-free relaxing. Like unless maybe that day you were able to write 20 questions, or because like I think at that point I was still able to write a lot at once. But that was my thing. I was just like, I'll do this whenever you want. I'll book off time. I'll talk about whatever. I'll research things. But it's like I can't be
doing all the extra
behind the scenes stuff. I can't be editing. I can't. And at that point, I was just like, I just can't edit stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
So you have to be the producer of.
But that's good in a way because you're saying I can commit to showing up and recording.
Yeah, but that was forever ago.
Yeah.
But also then Sarah had to learn how to edit and then teach me because the growing pains definitely are trickle down economics of editing.
And there's still growing pains. Yeah. I mean, I struggle with the weekly schedule. I truly do. What?
I'm just thinking of Community when it's like, just teach me to edit. It's Kyle Peterman's edit videos. Yep, that Kyle Peterman.
So yeah, it's weird. I think this all stemmed from, it's weird. We get drunk at trivia, we go over and just rant about movies and classic.
Do you remember what it was?
I don't.
The first one that I can remember was we were ranking Marvel movies.
Was that your first episode that you did on review?
No. That was the discussion we had at the Fickle Frog where you were like, guys should be recording this.
Also, Star Wars.
Yes.
Just Star Wars? That's it? That's all
we were ranking. We were ranking
or talking about the order in which you watched all the Star Wars.
I think we were ranking.
That was a hot
I think that's why I lost my mind on somebody that was a friend of yours that I don't really remember his name now.
Who fucking was it?
He called me out on. I don't remember.
Corey lost his mind on new people all the time.
Well, this is what I want to kind of like open this episode with, which is like
the best
the
story,
trivia era.
The best story ever is.
Let's tell it.
Even though I thought I had met Johnny Ross beforehand. But Johnny, I guess maybe not. But Johnny had heard so much about Corey and I as just don't piss them off. Like, just don't piss them off yet. Like, make sure they're your friends before.
I think more so
before
Corey
you
than
say
you
the
for
wrong
that.
thing. I guess, or something like that. And like, and then we met, we got along great. Like right off the bat, we got along great. And then, but I remember Johnny being like, I thought you guys were like pharaohs.
Yeah.
And all I could think of is, again, Donald Glover. It's Community again, but it's Donald Glover just wearing the pharaoh mask when he's applying for the job as chicken finger cook.
Chicken finger cook.
Yeah, but that was it. It was just like, it was this idea. And then I laughed a lot because I was like, no. You can't, like, you don't have to be that nervous about meeting both of us. It's just meeting Corey. You have to be that nervous.
Hang on. I can attest to this because I was very nervous to meet both of you. Well, I met you before. Yeah, I had met you before.
Yeah.
And I had a traumatic experience meeting you because you made fun of me a lot.
Oh, yeah, I do that.
You made fun of me a lot.
I do that a lot.
And then like years went by or whatever. And then how did I even get into trivia? Was it just Kurt telling me to go?
Kurt,
I think
actually.
Kurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kurt.
As much as we rip on him, Kurt was the like the real estate agent of that team. Like he got the fight. He got you on it. He got Evan on it. He got Brendan
recruiter.
there.
Yeah.
Did you get Johnny and Elise when they came?
Yeah.
Which got Jill.
And then he took off like a.
And then he took off.
Like a typical sales, like a skeezy salesman.
Yeah.
But it was like, because Corey and I put our own team together, and that worked for a while, and then I went back to school,
and then you had a school. It's weird. We went through a lot of incarnations of that group.
My favorite was ever, though, it was after I was done school, and it was one time we got out of trivia, and this is when I was still playing, of course. We got out of trivia, and I was just like, we looked at each other, and we're just like, fuck, man, we need a new team. Like whoever was there, we're just like, this bullshit ain't cutting it.
Like they're not answering, they're not smart.
They're not.
It was just that, but it was
fun.
Also like, I mean, smart, Corey and I are very, very hard on ourselves. But like, not on each other.
Yeah.
No.
But like, we're each hard on our own self.
You're competitive with yourself.
But it wasn't fun. Like him and I could go and have fun, just the two of us, and be like, but it would always be like, oh, that sucks. If we had somebody else, we might have won.
Right.
Because it's stupid to go, like, if you want to be so smart that you go to a pub trivia and win by yourself, great. No one's gonna like you. Like, or no one's gonna be like, we need that guy to be our friend.
Yeah,
exactly.
I did not bring anything to the team at all.
Yeah. But it's also
that is not true.
Yeah, that is very not true.
We're all so hard on ourselves.
Yes, but you had that
culture.
Well, you had that niche, like a song would play that people like my eyes would roll back in my head.
Elmo's Fire.
And you're like,
fucking St. Elmo's Fire.
Yeah.
I love that song so much.
That came on my phone yesterday, and I got pissed off about it.
Because you didn't know the name?
No. Well, I forgot the name. It was because, and it's happened all the time with you guys, because people thought, I think eventually people learned I wasn't like throwing you guys softballs.
Oh, yeah.
But I was just like, no, they're just that fucking good at naming musical artists. And it's like other people are like, oh, I've heard that song 100 times. I've never noticed the artist. I'm like, well, fucking use Shazam already.
But also,
yeah,
like 90s was off the table. And we should say, we were on a team. Norm eventually started being the host, so changed the dynamic. And then we had our team against Norm, kind of thing. And Norm refused to play 90s music because that was like my wheelhouse stuff. Yeah. I remember so much so that somebody at work that we worked with at the time was like, you'll definitely stump him with this one. And I'm like, no, that's Renee by Lost Boys. You're not going to stump me in the 90s. Like, I'm sorry. Like, and then that was Norm's like, I'm not playing 90s music anymore. But
what was that like for you transitioning into host? Did it feel like you were leaving a family behind? How'd that make you feel? I love this.
No, I said no
feelings.
Some
tissues?
I said no feelings. I specifically check our text.
What did you think?
Specifically,
what did you think?
It was good. It only upset me when I forget. Because I think both things happened at different times where it was like you guys stopped going out afterwards. So there were times where like, even before I was done taking everything down, everyone would be gone. And I would just be like, and there I'd still be able to talk to some people as like casual friends. But like I as much as I loved so many of the regulars who came, I didn't know I maybe knew one name.
Right.
And I don't know that name anymore because I haven't, haven't hosted, done this since, I think March. I think St. Patrick's Day was the last week. Right around there was the last time. Week before St. Patrick's Day. But I was like, I'd just be like, they're all gone and no one said goodbye to me. I'd be like, all right. But there would be other times where it was just like where you guys would be going out, and sometimes I'd just be like, for whatever reason, I think, for a little while I wasn't drinking, and I was like,
that was a big thing.
I was like, there's no point in me going out because I'll just get tired.
Yeah.
And I'll want to drink, and I was just like, so I just go home.
And that's totally fair.
But also, there'd be nights where like I took off early because I was just super pissed that you pulled some shit at trivia. Where it'd be
gosh.
like you said Tom Petty, but technically it's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. And I'd be like, fuck this motherfucker. I'm gonna kill him.
I remember going to work on a Wednesday and seeing you, seeing him at Kilby's, and just being like, hey man, are you mad at me? Did I do something? You're like, no, I'm just an idiot.
Yeah.
And it was you're like, I have no right to be mad at you. I just was last night. And I was just like, oh, okay, cool.
Oh my God, I love that. I love the Sagittarius energy that you put off sometimes.
Oh, it's funny. The one big fight that me and Norm had, the one big time that we didn't talk for a long time, it's so funny because your girlfriend at the time was like, how was work or whatever? And like, how's the stuff with Corey? And you're just like, was he like being shitty to you behind the bar or something, or not making your drinks fast enough? You're like, no, my drinks came super fast because he didn't want to talk to me, so they'd just be up like.
Well, it was maybe didn't want to talk to me, but also I wasn't slowing you down with conversation. It was like, we're so efficient workers when we're mad at each other. That 1 week, that's right.
Yeah, but it's kind of
that's funny.
Our friendship even is kind of a funny story in itself. Because Norm worked at Eastside Mario's.
Oh, we're dropping names.
We are dropping.
No, well, that's where we met Kurt.
Support local.
Yeah,
it's not there anymore. A, not local. B, not there anymore.
It is in a different area, though.
Yeah, I guess.
Is there one still?
Yeah, there is. I really enjoy Eastside Mario's food. I won't lie.
It's not good.
That garlic bread and salad, though.
Do you know how hard garlic bread is to make? Do you know how
trying to get sponsors for 4 years.
Yeah. Do you know how hard garlic bread is to make? Garlic bread isn't hard to make. Garlic bread's like the easiest fucking food in the world.
I know.
Name me a place that has shitty garlic bread.
The new
Sewer City.
The new Fickle Frog. So Fickle Frog changed its menu.
Okay, sorry. Name me a restaurant that has shitty, not a bar that serves food. A restaurant.
I mean, I don't know, but that's the thing. I just love garlic bread.
Like, the grocery store makes fantastic garlic bread. And it's $1.
I mean,
if you get
there is a level.
It's
the bread. It's mainly the bread. Like, garlic can go on anything.
And butter can go on anything.
Yes, it's the bread is good.
Oh, yeah. You need a good
I'm not
baguette.
showing off. I'm just hot.
I know.
They've decided to show up and match and make me
Corey
spiral.
told me I had to.
And because I'm not.
Do you know why I didn't want to?
What?
I want to know your theory as to why I'm upset I had to wear this.
I have no idea.
You have nothing?
No.
It's because I already wore this 6 days ago.
He hates her. So
I have that too, especially with video episodes. I'm like, I don't like
son of a bitch. Twice in a week?
I know.
I don't do that.
But no one saw you wear it the first time. Not on this platform anyway.
Okay, I will get back because I haven't told the story how we met. But when we were, just to get in, because we are now talking about what we're wearing, and this on the podcast is not going to play, but on the video form it will play, because you haven't really figured it out yet. But initially when you talked to us, you were just like, this is probably going to come out at the end of the year, so this can be the end of year episode, blah, blah, blah. 2020. I'm wearing, okay, and it goes into the whole XFL, which is it got bought now, but it closed down. It's a defunct football organization that got closed down.
Oh my God. Okay, well, you guys are getting pictures.
Twice defunct.
For sure.
Twice defunct.
Defunct, but now bought.
We're doing a photo shoot after this.
So we thought we wear our 2020 shirts.
That's great. That is so smart and thoughtful. Who thought of it? It was you.
It was me.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but how did we get the jerseys?
Oh, these are one of my birthday gifts.
I'm just sad you didn't bring your luchador masks too.
Oh.
No,
you know what?
I already have to wear a mask. Your luchador mask would match.
It matches this perfectly. that you got me. It's the same colors as this. Oh my god. But yes, so we will get into 2020 stuff because I got something, and we can talk about whatever. Ooh. But we should talk because we brought it up in the podcast. Bring something up, you finish with it, or finish on it. So me and Norm met. He was working at Eastside Mario's. I was working at where I semi-work right now, even though I'm kind of laid off because of COVID.
Didn't I don't want to bring say it. I'm pretty sure I already said it.
Maybe.
Whatever.
Well, anyway, let's not say multiple times.
A place your parents would love to eat at. And honestly,
your old parents.
I quite enjoy it too. Just me.
It's great. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. And your dad loves it, which
it's that and the keg. His two favorite spots.
So he worked just down the road, and another friend of ours, Nick Wallace, kind of struck up a rapport with him before I wasn't going, but what?
It's too late now. I really wish when you said Nick Wallace, I'd gone. He's not dead. He's not dead. I just
married Courtney, and they're amazing. They're living in Ontario. I should have pretended.
Oh, did they just disappear?
No,
he moved to Ontario.
So
back to Ontario. So anyway, one day he was just kind of like, hey, like he'd go there for lunch between shifts, and
well, he started coming in because
it was like
you guys were usually done by 10, and Eastside Mario's at that point was, even if it was dead, we would always be open till 11 because we were the room service restaurant for the Radisson Hotel, which was above us. Oh, so no matter what, the place could be
I didn't know
bone dry empty with nothing happening, and the TVs could not be working, and the music could not be working, but they were like, nope, it has to stay open because the kitchen had to stay open. They were like, well, you might as well keep the restaurant open and hope you get some business. Do I need me to... Was that you?
No, that was him. Mike.
All right. There's a cat over here.
So yeah, Nick used to go in there, but he used to go in between shifts too. And it used to be like...
Well, he'd mostly come in and drink after. Yeah. I don't think he drank between shifts, but maybe he did.
So he got me hooked to going... He got me hooked to going to Eastside Mario's, like, after work or between shifts. And I always remember I got the half-price pizza.
I got a boyfriend from it, so...
Probably
Bill
Oh,
Shea,
yes, that's right, yes.
Who now has a Blossom podcast.
Yes. I was like, is that still going? How many episodes of Blossom are there?
Okay.
But, yeah, so we started going there, and obviously...
Is it going to cover her new show that's debuting on Fox?
I don't know.
The Me and Bialik show? I don't know what the fuck it's called. I only know about it because I watch football.
Oh, makes sense. Obviously you do. We're in football jerseys. So, and then I remember the first night we were drinking, even though I can't remember all the participants. Me and Nick were out at a night drinking, and we're at the Mercury.
Oh my God.
Yeah, blast from the past.
Shit. That's a TikTok I got to create somehow. Old Halifax bars.
Oh my God. JJ Rossi's was the best. That's probably before your guys' time, which is terrible for me to say that. But anyway, so Norm was there, you were there, Toph was there, maybe Kerp, I don't remember. I think Dave was there. And we were just like, hey, we talk to you all the time at Eastside Mario's. Do you want to drink? I remember we drank beers all night, and we just stacked, they were plastic cups, and we stacked just a tower of plastic cups.
Yeah, we kept telling the waitress not to take them away.
Oh my God.
I think at one point she came, we were just like, my boss really wants me to take these away. And we were like, no.
Do you want us to drink more? So that was kind of like, even though we had the professional relationship, that was the moment that it broke through to kind of like, we're friends. We drank together. Yeah, that was the moment of friendship. And then eventually Norm got a job at our restaurant because Eastside's closed. And leading up to that, it's so funny, which, like, literally they would do, like, raffles and draws. I remember Nick was going there, and Nick was like, I really like that bike you're raffling for. I like to buy some beer for it. And Norm's just like, just drink whatever beer, put whatever raffle. And eventually one day he's like, Norm's just like, hey, just come pick that bike up. Yep. We'll just say you won the raffle.
Cold filtered light.
Yeah. Oh, and I got the fridge. Toph gave me a big cold filtered light fridge.
Yep.
Same way. He's just like, come pick it up. But also, I have, and then when the place was closing down, I don't know if they were treating you guys like shit or whatever, but you're just like, hey, you guys want some mugs? Like,
I don't, the management wasn't. the management who was there, our managers were fantastic, but I remember reading a story it might have been the Daily News way back when. It's because that's back when there were 2 newspapers in Halifax.
Yeah.
But it was just like, it was just a quote. It was a quote from the Radisson manager just being like, because I think at that point they knew that what was in business there? The steakhouse.
Ryan Duffy?
No,
Duffy's?
yeah, Ryan Duffy.
Ryan Duffy's was moving in, and they it was something like, Ryan Duffy's like, East Sides was never really a good fit for us. Like Ryan Duffy's is a much better fit, and it was something like that. It might not have been exactly that insulting, but it was definitely an insult. It wasn't even. It's like it wasn't a backhanded compliment. It wasn't. It was just maybe it was a little subtler than that, but it was just like, man, like go fuck yourself twice.
Right.
Like what's that about? Because I knew my bosses had worked their ass off to make that place a good place for
families and
not even that, for the hotel, because it was the hotel that owned both. And I had heard is that they had tried to sell this, and that's eventually what happened, is that they had been trying to sell East Sides away and just have someone else run it. But because they weren't able to find that, they were able to find someone who bought the space, and they were just like, okay, cool, East Sides is closed. So I also remember other friends, Kurt and Toph among them, being like, no, I'll get a job. Like, I'm going to go on EI for a few months and then get a job. And I'm like, it's fucking January, idiots. Yeah. No one's hiring. I was lucky. I only got my job at the restaurant across the street and down a little bit because someone had just quit.
Yeah.
And I got in, I was a busser. So I was like, at that point in East Sides, it was the GM and then me.
Yeah.
And so I went to the opposite side.
And also, I like to say I got Norm the job because I was working there. It was Nick.
Yeah.
Nick was just like, put your resume in, I'll put a good word for you. And then not luckily, he probably would have got it anyway.
I wore a suit.
Yeah. And he was sitting, and I showed up for my shift. And in the middle of the interview, I'm like, oh, hey, Norm. And then right in front of the manager, Norm's like, oh, hey, Corey. So it's just kind of like, it was a double down of like.
Oh, she was like, yeah, you've already met a bunch of them. And I'm like, yep, I've met, because at that point I'd met Anna, I'd met Mario, I'd met you, I'd met Nick. I think I met someone.
We're throwing out a lot of names that nobody knows who they are.
I met someone who was like addicted to cocaine and would steal money out of cupboards with scissors.
Nice reference.
Sounds like my type.
Yeah. She was a handful.
Oh.
Anyway.
Touche.
So yeah, Norm got
Silent R won't be so silent on that one. Take that, Ryan.
I'm just glad you called him Silent R.
Yes, Silent R.
No, I just did it so then I could also say his name 5 seconds later.
Yeah. So that's kind of like, that was well after we were friends. And
my favorite was when someone said, hey, didn't like Corey's half black, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. And he's like, what did you think he was? And I'm like, I didn't think about it at all. And I'm like, hey, what do you know? I'm not racist.
It is a good moral. I don't even remember.
I think it was Nick.
Oh, okay.
It was me and Nick talking. He's like, yeah, Corey's half black. It's hilarious now, though. I forgot your name like 17 times. And I kept
You're not good with names.
There'd be times where like you'd go to the bathroom and like, Nick, what the fuck's his name again?
Did you guys have I mean, that's an awesome little origin story, but was there a moment of like, this is a special friendship? Like, was there a defining like moment of like, we're going to be even better friends?
Probably if you're looking at the pivotal moment in our relationship is the Feelings Booth episode that we had.
Oh my God, Feelings Booth.
Feelings Booth was way later into it.
It was. Feelings Booth. Although
we should explain this.
We should explain it, but at the end of the day, we were so drunk. I remember saying one thing
conversations
about. I just was worried he was going to move away, and that's all I remember about Feelings Booth. That's the only thing.
That can be a lot of
Because I remember the mindset.
Was I was dating Camille?
It was mainly because you weren't with Voldemort anymore, which is the whole thing.
That's right.
And I was like, you have nothing here, and I'm worried you're going to move away. That's the only thing I remember about Feelings.
Oh, okay.
You have nothing here?
Well, I didn't.
He had friends, but like he was just kind of like working, but there was nothing. Like, anyway.
For me, it wasn't as much a yes. Corey and I are like are like, now we're a pair. It was more of a there was a larger group of friends and everyone else couldn't cut it.
Yeah.
But everyone else moved on or didn't hang out as much.
Didn't stick around kind of thing. Yeah.
They were not down with the party anymore. Kind of thing.
It wasn't. It's a thing, and it's funny to me because I eventually learned it, and it was one of the best things ever when I met now my fiance Jill. Is that I realized, and I swear this is going to make sense when I get to it.
All right, let's go roundabout.
Subject to connection, Your Honor. That. I remember when I was online dating, and sometimes when you meet people and you realize it's like a lot of people just want to meet someone who will become their social director. And it's like, like that bullshit of I want a partner in crime. And it's someone who's like, oh, they just want me to plan fun activities all the fucking time. And Corey was never like that. And he's one of not to say like a lot of my friends were, but like, I had Kurt, we mentioned. Kurt would call me sometimes and be like, hey, what about playing foosball tonight? Because I had a foosball table in my apartment, still do. I haven't played in forever. I love playing foosball. But Kurt would be like, hey, can we play foosball tonight? I'd be like, sure. And he'd be like, cool. Can you call everyone? And I'd be like, yeah, okay. And I wouldn't mind that once in a while kind of thing. But it would.
But always doing it is,
It was just always, there was never any initiative on their part. And then the other thing would be, and I'm going to use Kurt as the example as well, even though he's not the only one who did it, but I'm saying that Corey, I don't think ever did it, was I would say, I would reach out to someone else. I would reach out to somebody like, hey, how do you feel about getting drunk and playing foosball tonight? Because we did that like a million times way back in the day. And somebody will be like, maybe, who else is going? And I never got that from Corey. It would be like, yes, I'm in, or actually, I don't think there was ever, nope.
There's definitely two types of people, and two types of people in the world, people who do that and people who don't. And that is such a thing.
And I remember people would ask me like, who else is coming? And I either wouldn't answer, or I would just be like, cool, you're not invited.
I think I've probably done that.
Because I'd just be like, what the fuck? Like, why do I have to report back to you?
Well, I think if people are like on bad terms with people, or if there's awkwardness, I can kind of understand it.
Yes, maybe once in a while. Or if like, who else is coming? Well, like, oh, well, is person A going to be there? Because like, we're not talking like that. I can understand. But if they're just, who else is coming?
Yeah.
I'm just like, go fuck yourself.
I had a similar thing with comedy where I was trying to pick a mic to do, and I had this moment. I had the message. Oh God, maybe I shouldn't put this in case this person hears it. But I had the message to the booker being like, "Who's headlining all these weeks?" Like, Sarah, you're such a dick. Just pick a day. You don't need to know who's headlining. But it was kind of a similar thing where I was like,
"No, that's
what's
different.
the best show to do?"
No, that's.
It felt kind of skeezy to me.
That's doing something to eventually. No. Sorry. I'm just saying. I just don't think you need to put yourself down for that. Because that's just like
that's a human.
No, that's looking towards where's your best opportunity. That's not true. Saying that's not someone else reaching out to you and being like, hey, do you want to do an open mic night? Trying to do you a favor, and you'd be like, I don't know who's headlining.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's true.
In hindsight, when we talk about Norm's Party Palace, which was amazing. It was right downtown. It was above the Carlton. It was like Party Central, which was amazing.
I miss that place. Yeah.
I miss it so much. It's so funny. I helped Norm move out of it. And I'm like, I'm the one nostalgically walking around being like, oh, I'm going to miss it. And Norm's like, can we fucking go? And I'm like, don't you want to
I don't
kiss the
part.
walls or something? You were just like, you had no like kind of like sentimental.
I think I just didn't want to pay more for the truck. I was like, for some reason I booked it only for 4 hours, thinking this would be done in 2 hours.
Corey, did you, as you were leaving, did you shut the door, then reopen the door and take a final peek in and go?
I did, yeah.
No, but he punched me in the face with my own foosball table.
I did hurt him with that thing he loves one of the things
it was
That's poetic
just,
justice.
It was just funny. It was just one of those things where foosball tables are incredibly awkward to carry and move. And it was just a way we were carrying it once. Some staples came out and it flapped up and hit me in the lip.
Like I just punched, and it cut his lip open.
And the best part was, of course, we were moving in August. So like
it's boiling.
All of August, I'm just sweating like the entire month. And so like sweat started to drip into my mouth and I'm like, my own. So I'm pouring salt into my own wound.
Do you still have the table?
Yeah.
It's still there. It is now. I had it set up for a little bit, and we realized we're not invited. Well, also COVID happened, so it was just like, yeah, of course we're not inviting anyone over.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's now we've made our second bedroom into a gym, so it's now it's just up against it's vertical.
Which is also
up against a
very
wall.
COVID.
But you still have it. That's the key part.
I still have it, but like I can't tell you how many times I've been like, if there was a better place to put this, I would.
I have my own foosball table actually, which is funny. It's not set up,
but I also don't want to get rid of it.
But there's plans for my foosball table.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't like your foosball table.
Turning it into something artsy.
I can't.
No, it's
going to
be
score
functional
on your foosball table.
Are you starting a foosball bar?
I would.
Are you moving?
You know what? I would. Like, don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
now I'm like just going down the rumor mill of like, what's happening?
I should. Another thing popped in my head. We did mention the story. We did not. We did not fully go through.
Oh, the feelings booth.
Oh yeah.
No. We talked about the feelings booth because.
Yeah, but did we ever say what it was?
It was just us talking.
But it was in a Pizza Delight.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was 100.
My God.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I remember that.
And I think it just
I had
happened.
one feelings boost with.
I think it just happened because we would get out of rock bottom.
Yeah. R.I.P.
And we were just like, no, sad. Like Fickle Frog is like too loud or whatever. You couldn't talk there. We just didn't want to go there. And plus, it was something weird. It was like Pizza Delight had like ridiculous drink deals.
Yes, it was so cheap to drink there.
And like,
so
remember we going for a while? We were getting like the most ridiculously
girly,
sweet.
Yeah,
sweet.
Cosmos
they had a drink menu
juvenile
and we just
cocktail
pick
menu.
something.
We'd be like,
just sounded insane.
Give me that one covered in gummy worms, please.
Because it's $5 or something.
Okay. I miss that fucking Pizza Delight.
Oh,
and that is absolutely
right. It's Captain's Bucket.
Fucking
boil.
It's fucking wild you brought up Pizza Delight because literally today I almost had Pizza Delight delivered to me because I've been craving. I know. This
How's
is so
their
weird.
garlic bread?
I've been
Is it any
craving
good? Their garlic bread.
Really
I've been craving Pizza Delight pizza, and I forget. This is wild. I forget what their garlic fingers taste like, and I know that their garlic fingers are amazing. And I think I'm gonna order it tomorrow night.
That's just garlic bread in a different format.
It's nostalgic. Also, the best chocolate milk you'll ever have is at Pizza Delight. I don't know why.
Interesting.
It's very cold. Even though they don't put ice in it.
That's how you do it. You get it cold. That's how you do it.
Honestly, it's the best place.
But the story we didn't capitalize on early on. We were talking about trivia, and we were talking about me being an asshole at trivia. That's the story we didn't talk about.
Oh,
this was 2020 before 2020.
It very much was.
The hell are you two talking about?
I think I know the story you're about to tell.
Yeah. But why is that 2020
because
before
they were
2020?
overly sensitive.
Because it's, I guess, that's not new.
And now everybody is overly sensitive.
It was Zika virus instead?
Yes, it was Zika virus instead, and they were very sensitive about the Zika virus.
No, they had every right. That was a super offensive joke.
It wasn't even that bad.
We need to tell. Okay, Corey, you tell it.
Okay, so, which Norm has a lot to say about this, but I'll start it off. So, we go to trivia, and I even remember why the offensive trivia names. Oh no, I guess they always were there. We do offensive trivia names because it's fun.
Yeah, we would have each round. We would have a new team name.
I do remember the time that we stepped it up, or we're just like, okay, I guess this is all right, because we went to funny names, and then we got backlash from the host at the time, who was not Norm, but also another contributor to the podcast.
Oh yes,
Marc Antoine.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think I wanted a storm chaser?
Because
I'm joking. Anyway, that's beer talk. Anyway, so the time we really stepped it up is the trivia host. It's not even overly funny, but I just tried to think of the most offensive thing that first popped in my mind. And he's like, "Oh, this one wasn't offensive." I'm like, "All right, wait till next round." And I just wrote our team name as Hitler's wet dick. I don't know why. I just wrote
that was when he said we lost our edge.
Yeah,
that was what
right.
he said. It's like that's like if you finally got the bear to go to sleep, don't poke him.
Don't poke the bear, baby. So ever since then, we were just like, okay.
And Marty was there for that. Marty hated that name too.
Goddamn
or
hero.
came up with it.
No, I came up with it.
Goddamn hero.
Goddamn hero. Cheers. Marty, cheers. So, and then we just like, and it become a little bit of a struggle. Me and Norm would work, like this when we were on the same team, and obviously work together. And we'd just be racking our brains, like, is this something? Is this something? And like, it became a chore to come up with 3 offensive team names a week. Mm-hmm. Anyway, Norm eventually became host. And so Zika virus, because this is the mindset we're in, we got to be offensive. Zika virus was a thing, and it was like a thing, obviously, a pretty tragic thing, and terrible joke. And it wasn't our best; it was more offensive than funny. But our team name was Zika virus is nature's Plan B drug.
Mother Nature's Plan B.
Mother Nature's Plan B drug.
I like it. I might take that in my stand-up somehow.
It's horrible, but it's funny.
Yeah. And it was on par with what we were saying. We weren't like, people knew we were going to say, and and a lot of times Norm would be like, "This is offensive. You want me to say it?" And everybody's like,
and everyone cheers.
I don't think I did it for that one. I think reading that one was what caused me to start being like, "All right, you guys said it. You guys said you want to hear it."
So Norm read it out, and whatever trivia, like,
there was like an ooh, in the
which
room.
happened a lot with our team names, which is
well, not only like some. You guys were the most consistently offensive. Yeah. Other people every once in a while would come up with something like that.
Yeah. And so we didn't think anything of it. At this point, I guess you should, because I didn't know this part. I only got the second part of this. So maybe you should interject with.
Well, I think I was cleaning up. Like I was done. I was like, all right. I was taking down all the equipment, and 2 20-something girls came up and were just like, "Who wrote that?" Or no, like, "Why did you read that out? That was so offensive." And I was just like taken up. I was like, "What?" And they were like, they come up with horrible team names all the time. That one was super, like, "Why would you read that out?" And I was just like, "Oh, sorry." I'm like, I just read stuff out that I find like, yeah, it's offensive, but there's no.
You didn't, yeah.
I guess it was one of those things where I didn't care. Like, I wish I could have just been like, I didn't care that it was offensive.
Right.
I know an employee of that place, and so I have to be somewhat political. Mm-hmm. And B, I think right away they were like, "We don't want to complain, but we might," on social media. And I was just like, "Oh God, all right." I'm like, I told him, I was like, "I'm sorry, you're right. I shouldn't have read it. That one, or at least I should have said something. I should have thought better." And they were like, "Yeah, because that team always does that, and we want to go talk to them." I was like, "No, don't go talk to them." I was like, "It's on me. I don't have to read it out. It is on. It's my decision whether or not to do it.
Yeah.
I made that decision. It's my fault. I promise you I'll be better in the future." And they're like, "Okay, we're going to go talk to him." I was like, "Oh God, please don't do that." And they were like, "Why not?" And I was like, I can't remember what I said. I might have just said, "It'll just make it so much worse." And I think where I left it was they were like, "Okay, we're not going to complain." And I thought they were walking back to their table.
How long was the interaction in total?
90 seconds tops, kind of thing.
Oh, really not that long?
It wasn't that long. It was just maybe 2 minutes where I was just like, and I said, I was like, "It's my fault. I will be better in the future. Just let me,
And then I think you told them, like, I'll talk to them.
I'll talk to them. Yeah, whatever it was. And I had seen them go back to their table, and I was taking equipment, and I went back, and at that point, to take some of the equipment away, I had to leave the bar and go to into a supply room. So I did that, and as I came back in the room, I saw them at your table, and I was just like, "Oh God, no!"
Yeah. So This is my end.
Oh my God.
So it's end of trivia. It's the classic, like we're done, we're drinking beers, we're talking amongst friends. And so these two girls come up and I don't know, I was just kind of like, whatever. And they didn't seem mad at first. And then she's like, are you the team with the Zika virus name?
Which you clearly were, because you guys like applauded. Plus, you won that round, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, probably. Which is funny because we always show up early.
I just love that. Are you the Zika virus team? I love that. Yeah.
And then I was like, yes. And then she went she's like, well, can I speak to you for that's a main part. She's like, can I speak to you for a minute? And then it's like, and then she went on a huge rant about Zika virus. Like, whatever she read in Cosmopolitan that month, and or whatever she read in it.
On Jezebel.
She it was classic, like, I'm a 20-year-old and now I'm in college and now I have a cause and now I'm changing the world.
I took a couple classes.
Yeah, because I'm a hot blonde who is fighting for minorities because I'm a white savior. Being a half black person, I take that offense, but half offense to it.
I love the sound effects.
Zika killed so many babies.
Well, I mean, hey, they didn't get to experience the hell of life. But
my thing about my joke was like, it was stupid and a little bit inappropriate, but it didn't kill any more babies. So
I know.
Yeah. But anyway.
The joke didn't kill him.
Yeah. It did not kill him, apparently.
that joke might have. That's okay.
So then she went with this big diatribe and numbers like blah, 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 blah. And then her friend, which I felt more bad for her friend because her friend was behind her and she was like in tears. And I was like, and I remember like getting this, like just them talking down to us. And I remember looking around the table and like everybody's jaws on the ground, like, oh my God, are we?
Were they literally like
basically like nobody knew what to say, and I was like, I kind of didn't know what to say, but I'm like, the only way out of this is to be the biggest asshole you can possibly be at this point.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that not your natural inclination? Like, you had to think about that?
Yeah.
That's the first I've heard.
So the friend in tears finally kind of capped it off by saying, like, don't you have any
empathy?
Empathy, yeah.
And then I was like, okay, so that's a lot that you just hit me with. Your first question was, can you speak with us? And the answer to that is no, you may not. Second, and then I was like, your question.
What's that? What is that for?
Oh, it's like
what does that do?
It's like, anyway, don't worry. It will happen naturally.
It's a rim shot?
A little bit.
That's not a sexual thing. That's what it's called when it goes to ching.
Oh,
yeah, it's not that exactly one. But anyway, so I was like, the first thing is like, may you speak to us? No, you may not. And then I was like, and you asked me if I had any empathy. I was like, no, I have apathy. Because I'm just being full dick at this point.
Yeah.
And she's like, what?
Again,
and I was like, oh,
natural
sorry.
Inclination. Natural inclination. Full dick.
I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Apathy is the opposite of empathy. I have apathy. I don't care. And then they started going, and then they...
You can't take away the bell. It's the gimmick of my show.
I'm not really.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Not really liking the bell.
It has to be there for the outro anyway. But
right.
And then the last thing was kind of like, then they went on a diatribe again. I'm like, oh, I was like, no, you're done. I was like, I don't want to hear anymore.
You decided for it.
Wait, Sarah, weren't you there for that?
No,
this is what
showed up.
I was sick in bed and I was getting updates from people. Like I was getting text updates being like, Corey just annihilated these like two social justice warriors.
Going over afterwards and hearing the whole story. And I'm like, I begged them not to go over. I told them not to. And of course, they did complain on social media.
They did.
It was like Twitter or something.
Yeah, they had like 9 followers or something stupid. It was like my boss did get upset at me, but was just like, "Hey, be more careful in the future." I think one other time they complained.
They loved us though, because we're regulars. We bought so many drinks.
I remember, and no one cared.
But then what they complained of, their post was like, I don't even know if it was that time or a second time, but they kept complaining like they're losing customers and I'm never going back. And they would show up every single week. And you're just like, you can't say you're not going back and you're highly offended and then just keep showing up. But the stupid other joke they got offended by that they talked about it on social media, I remember it on social media, is that it's a joke that it's one of the oldest jokes ever. And they got offended by it. And it's classic. Somebody's team name was like, Stevie Wonder versus Helen Keller in a game of tennis is Endless Love, which love is no score in tennis. Mm-hmm. It's like, that's such an old joke. And they were just like, I'm so offended they made fun of Helen Keller and Stevie Wonder. And I'm like, it's not even original. Like, I don't even know.
I remember getting upset at it, being like, this is not an original joke.
Yeah.
And I think I only said it out because the team won. They got offended one other time. And I wish I could remember the joke.
They came almost every week to this and said they would never show up again.
That's wild.
They got offended by one other joke, and I can't remember what that joke was, but it was on a night when... Oh! I know exactly what the name was.
Oh, okay.
Because I could probably tell you today, but I would have to look it up. The team name was Hanging in Lincoln Park.
Oh,
yes, that was our team name too. Yes,
oh my God.
And I read it out, and the whole room went, oh! And I was like, yeah, whatever.
No, I don't even think you knew at the time. I think it was...
Oh, that's probably true.
It was one of your oblivious.
That did happen a lot.
Yeah.
And
you would know the reference.
Yeah. And there was a team that I never actually found out who they were. There was a team that, like, for a few weeks would show up, and in round 3 would call themselves. It was always round 3. Would call themselves. Give us the win or we kill your family.
Yeah,
and like it kept happening. Like it happened. Like it happened many times in a row.
Yeah.
And for that week, for Hanging in Lincoln Park week, my little sister was there.
Yeah.
And that's when I said it, because I wasn't stupid enough to say it after round 1, where I was like, no, other people are going to make team names about it.
Yeah.
I waited until people couldn't make team names about it. And then I was like, yep, that's my little sister over there. We were wearing the same t-shirt. And I was like, that was a good night that night.
Yeah.
You learned my family nickname and then forgot it.
I drunkenly forgot it, which is my
it
biggest.
Will never be repeated.
Yeah.
But like they came up and yelled at me and they were like, "Yeah, how dare you say that? That's so insensitive." I'm like, I read out a team name that said, "Let us win or we kill your family." And my family's right there. And I was like, do you not get that? Like, it's just
a joke.
It's just jokes. And she was like, well, you have a black heart then, or it was a black or a dark heart or a dark soul. Something
and
racist.
You don't have a soul.
Something racist. Yeah,
exactly. I would have been like, oh, fair enough.
And the funniest part to me is that when I eventually told my little sister Allie about it, she was like, where is this girl? Allie wanted to fight her. I was like, what are you doing? And I forget that, like, no, siblings are protective of each other.
Yeah.
I feel like that type of person is coming to open mic shows too, because every now and then, like, we'll get people complaining on venues, Facebook pages about like comedy, like things said at comedy shows.
It's fucking comedy.
And it's like, if you're gonna be like this, just maybe leave when you find out that there's a comedy show happening. I mean, like,
if it's like family comedy show or rated G comedy show, and someone shows up and is just saying terrible, horrible things, I guess. But like,
a group of girls got offended that Robbie called them Bumble girls because they were like on their phones, and he was like, "I've seen you guys on Tinder," and then they're like, "We're not on Tinder," and he goes, "Oh, Bumble then." Like literally, that's what he said.
But also,
and they
it's
got
like
offended.
you're offended by that, but yet you're on your phones at a comedy show. There's like comedy show etiquette is.
Don't get me started.
I know. It's like, it's kind of like I'm oversensitive, stuff like that, because I think there's a movie theater etiquette, and I hate when people just fuck with that. Like, it just drives me.
Sorry, I had to check my Bumble.
I'm not a Bumble babe, by the way. I hate Bumble. It's the worst one out of the 3.
Anyway, so. Are we going to do...
Wait, I want to get to 2 other things before we get to your segment.
2 other things?
I want to explain 2 other things.
Yeah.
I want to explain...
In your face.
Because as you've gathered, listeners, Tuesday night trivia was like a tradition, and we would get drunk. Intoxicated was kind of formed at Fickle Frog.
Yeah.
But
I do miss hosting. I don't miss writing it. Like, not even a little.
But Fickle Frog, in its heyday, the karaoke, the drinking there, that was tradition. Fun. It was amazing.
Have you been to the new Kai Brady's?
I have not yet. But it's been because COVID related.
I'm sorry, what the fuck is it called?
It's called Kai Brady's now.
Brady's. Why?
And the food is quite delicious.
It looks amazing.
Why? Why is it called that?
I think the new owners are, I think it's like 2 brothers' names, Kai and Brady. I don't really know.
Why are they named that? Who's named Kai?
Obviously, they're very white.
I don't know, but I did stand up in there twice, and it felt very like full circle, like a full circle moment. I was like, oh, I'm back in the back room doing comedy now for literally 4 people.
I will full circle jerks.
Full circle.
See? Look, where is it? Where is it?
Oh, it's way. Oh, wow, it did ding. It hit the cat food.
I couldn't do that again. I couldn't do that again in 1,000 shots. I could never make that again.
That felt like a foosball moment.
That's it.
But so I want to explain the cash-in night that we used to do. And I also want to explain Apartment Olympics. Those are the 2 things I want to explain.
Oh, okay. That's very good. So cash-in nights were... So it was, if you went around the trivia, and we won numerous rounds in our incarnations.
We were pretty fucking good, okay?
Yeah, we were.
But this is, sorry to be a dick, this is before your time.
Yeah.
This is before.
I joined it.
This is when it was me, you, Jenny, and Landry.
Yeah, that was Voltron.
Yeah.
Team Voltron.
Voltron?
We called ourselves Voltron.
Because we were that good.
Yeah.
We formed a mega
team. We come together and we form a Megatron trivia.
Okay.
But anyway, the rule was you couldn't cash in your gift cards on the night that you won them.
Who the fuck would do that?
Except eventually that wasn't a rule. And it was just like, I forget what. I don't even think it was ever a rule. Like, I think it was just a thing where like one person decided it.
No, it was a rule there because they wanted you to come back.
Yeah. But we were like, well, come back anyway. Yeah. I think for us, they weren't going to enforce it that much because they're like, yeah, you're here every week. But we started... I believe it was my idea, but I can't say for sure that I was like, cool, let's save up and just come in one night and just get destroyed. Mm-hmm. Like we'll spend. I think the first night we went, we had $600.
Yeah,
I have the number of like 400 to 600.
Oh, they were all in and around that ballpark. Yeah, there was never, even when I wasn't on the team, I knew there were no like $300 cash-in nights.
No,
there were nights where you went with $500 and maybe didn't spend the whole thing.
And we usually leave $100.
A huge tip, a huge tip.
But it was just like. Well, part of the tip was the fact that servers had to swipe $20 gift cards one at a time with the most god-awful receipt snake you'd ever seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what cash-in nights became. It was a thing where it's like, okay, rather than like everyone getting $3 off their bill every week, it's play on the team for a few months. Hopefully we do well enough.
Show up every week. If you don't show up every...
Yeah.
Be a regular.
At the time it was only the 4 of us, so we got $600 got us. We had meals and we were enough to get shit-faced. Teams grew, but it was just like, if you show up regularly, you get a chunk of this cash, and we just get fucked.
Yeah, don't be a G. Melchin about it.
Yes.
Oh.
He showed up one week, and it was the week before we were cashing in, and he's like, hey, can I get in on that? And we were like, no! Like, but show up and I remember I told him, I was like, no, of course not. You haven't been here for all the time. It's like Little Red Hen come to life. And I was like, but maybe come the week after that and like start coming every week because fucker knew everything. Yeah. I was just like, start coming every week and then we'll get you some. That's why I always felt bad. God bless him, Joel, who like, he didn't drink.
Yeah.
No, he didn't drink. Yeah.
So his cash-in nights were like, cash-in nights were like, no need for free refills. You can charge it.
Because we should say Joel was extremely smart.
Yeah,
probably. Oh, shut up, Joel.
No,
I miss trivia. I miss trivia so much. I can't believe that I didn't know that Evan moved to fucking BC.
I know. I said the other day, like, what the fuck? Evan,
I had no fucking idea. I just like these little rituals that like keep groups together, and when they go away, like you truly lose touch with people. It's crazy.
Well, yeah, but
it's
like
sad.
So, like in-person gatherings became you couldn't do it anymore. So like it's not
but
like
I'm even
it's not like you were seeing
COVID,
him
because trivia kind of started dying off even before COVID.
Hey, I was doing my best.
No, you were still doing great.
Names you read out.
But I think it was like people started getting jobs. They had to be up early. Like people started, people's lives started changing.
What happened first was the Fickle Frog wasn't a 100% go-to, because like in our heyday of trivia, is that like it was trivia, and then you get fucked up across the street, kind of.
Well, I remember times when you would text me and be like, hey, man, we tried, can't get it. Because I think your rule was like
3 or 4.
3 people.
Yeah.
No, I don't even think it was 4. It was just like, if you could have 3 people.
Like,
yeah.
But you gotta have at least 2 Smarties.
Yeah.
But maybe it wasn't even that.
I know this means nothing to the outside world, but I struck a deal before Trivia died, which it died shortly after, that I was joining Martina's team.
Oh, shit!
That would have.
Shit! Did you do it?
Except you would have
died after that. We never happened.
If by some chance Martina's watching this, I love her. I miss her.
Yeah. Senator,
you would have hated it. Because I had been told.
I knew what I was.
She was in control.
Well, you guys would have been. I think Martina would have been the Corey of her team.
Probably.
So like the two Corys together wouldn't have been.
She's all white. So
okay.
no.
Yes, that's very true.
We're both alpha males, though.
Yes, that's true. Very alpha. Shout out Martina.
Yeah, because because some people moved and because I think you joined at one point. I don't know. I can't remember. I think I was doing something wrong because I was like, I'm not gaining people, that's for sure. But I also don't know because, I mean, I loved that place. I loved working there. But I remember for one of the Halloween parties, I was doing everything I could to promote it on Tuesdays. And I remember talking to the manager. I was like, hey, we'll do promotions. We'll put it on Facebook. We'll put it on Instagram. And I remember talking to staff members that night when it happened because there weren't that many people there. I was like, did anything get mentioned? They're like, no. No promotion was done. And
well, then there you go, right?
Oh, well, that sucks. I'm like, I worked really hard on it.
You
really
could see when we started, we were just a team of 3 the first night we went there. And I think it was open till 12?
It started at 10 and it went to 12.
Oh, that makes me want to get off. 10 p.m. start time. That's amazing.
Yeah, and then it went to 9, and then it went to 8, and then slowly.
8 was brutal for me to get to.
Yeah,
8 p.m. it's really tough for me anywhere.
Anyway, maybe we should talk about Apartment Olympics.
But also Cashin nights. So Cashin nights were just. They were just fucking
shit show.
So I look back at when I was drunk.
Shall we just talk about Ken?
We will get into
not to turn it towards me, but to include me. The last Cashin night I was a part of.
Yes. I don't remember.
Prom night.
Whose
idea was that? I thought it was my idea.
The greatest night of our lives.
I thought it was my idea though to dress up.
Sorry.
Wasn't my
dress up might have been your idea.
And then
prom night was my idea.
And I took some of the best pictures ever that day.
Those are great.
Yeah, and we should say also sometimes contributed to the podcast. That was his last night as trivia host.
And it wasn't actually supposed to be. It was supposed to be the second last night. For some reason we did it that week. I can't remember why. We did it that week, and then next week was supposed to be. That's what it was. It was Marc Antoine's last week, but there was supposed to be a week between me taking over because he owed to Brian or Ryan.
Brian.
And so everyone was just sitting there looking at me, being like, "Look, I take over next week." That's what I was told 50 times, and then eventually through messaging, it was just someone sent me. A document of here's all your trivia for the can you just get up and host?
Brian, who also has been on the podcast.
Yeah. For Brian? Gen X.
Was it Gen X? No, Brian, who was the other trivia.
It was ever that show was Generation X or
it was, yeah, you're right. Great episode. Go back and listen.
Wait, what's his last name?
I don't remember his last name, which is terrible. Very nice guy. I want him on the podcast more. He's awesome. But yes, so before maybe we get into that, Cashin nights, we should talk about theme nights.
Oh my God.
This should be called the Trivia Pursuit of Happiness. We talk so much about trivia.
Trivia Pursuit of Friendship.
But trivial pursuits of happiness.
Stop. Why are you
talking?
No, why are you dissecting it? It was such a good line.
Why are you naming your own
such a good line.
We're here
Such
now.
A good line.
Talked about teen anyway. So we've had
cigarette dangles.
Yes, nice. So we had theme nights. Some of the theme nights were
Dress Like Norm, Douchebag.
That was after Douchebag was my idea.
Douchebag night was a great night.
Beach party.
Beach party.
What?
Beach party was the first one, I think.
I don't
we
remember
did.
that.
We did more than one. I'm pretty sure beach party was the first.
It was just like wear shorts.
But it was February or March. We were just
funny.
like beach party.
I love that.
Beach party, scarf night. That was against you.
That was against me.
Yeah.
Trucker hat night.
Trucker hat night was a night too.
Nathan Knight,
who had a very distinctive look. Love that guy. Don't know if he's alive or dead.
clean shaven.
I don't like him.
He's in the armed forces. I think in the Navy, but I remember him telling me, he's like, I want to be on Canada's SEAL Team 6. Like, he is.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then he just disappeared.
And he's one of the nicest people I've ever met.
Yeah.
Was great, but he moved away.
Hated any pencil that was 0.2 or bigger.
No, it's bigger than 0.05.
I like a thick lead.
He thought he's
Gross.
he's like
I'm a hard typer.
he's like you're using a marker.
Writer.
Anything over that.
Yeah.
I think he hated 0.5, but anyway. But also iceberg lettuce.
Oh yeah,
He hated it. Golf pencils.
Why? Why hate it?
Oh, he was just a guy who had extremely strong feelings about the most mundane object. But
love
we
that.
started doing, and I believe it is one of my creations as well, that like he would get riled up out of nowhere about things,
nothing.
and we'd all just realize you don't interrupt him. You just let him go.
Like a toddler
and
crying.
he'd burn out after like 30, 45 seconds, and that doesn't seem like long, but like, no, he's ranting about pencil lead size for 45 seconds. Like, just let him go, and then you just...
Did he have like was there was there
words? Was there a words night? Was there a words night?
Was there some
He was just a very dedicated.
OCD-ish, maybe?
He was very. I don't. Maybe from being like he was
like,
military. He wore
neither of us are
with
educated. Like don't ask.
I just
stuff.
I like diagnosing people with mental illnesses that they don't know they have yet.
with what qualifications?
Having many.
Oh, none of them. Oh, okay.
Having many myself.
You never met Nathan, by the way.
She did.
I did meet him.
She
He did not like me.
That makes sense. You could have interpreted that he didn't like you. He just was.
No, he didn't like me.
It was. I don't know if this makes it.
I was loud.
Worse. That's it. Yeah, I was about to tell you. And I'm like, wait. I don't know if that's a thing that helps people if they get told why people didn't like them or not. But that was it. He was just like, "Oh, she's so loud," and I'm like, "Yeah, it happens."
But you're saying it because
you're
you're also loud. But I think I out loud you sometimes.
like by thrice at least.
Oh, I don't know.
You're pretty loud.
You are pretty loud.
Fine, I'm just gonna be quiet over here.
I mean,
Wait, hold on. To be fair,
Whoa. You're gonna undercut my thought? Yeah.
I have a different style of thought, but yes, go ahead.
We're talking about how being loud. You were so loud, a doctor told you to be quiet for a little while.
Kind of along the same trust. No. That was because I started losing my voice due to acid reflux, and I was like, "Oh, this is pre.
Oh my God,
this is pre-vocal. This is pre-vocal problems I had.
Yeah.
And like now, my voice is terrible. It sounds like gravel being poured through a blender.
The Grouch had a baby with.
Didn't they say that you weren't talking
Chuck
right?
Woolery. I couldn't think of a better
Chuck
name.
Woolery is very silky smooth voice.
I know, but if you put
Fran Drescher is what you're looking for.
Oh,
Oscar the Grouch and Fran Drescher.
No,
but it's just a terrible voice.
Crossing Fran Drescher and somebody else.
You can't even name somebody else. Like,
I can't.
It's not even necessary.
I'm good at the first one, and then just
there you
the
go.
second one's not great.
Didn't they tell you to talk? You weren't talking.
They did when
right?
they didn't. When I was like, I don't have acid
Necessary
reflux.
words.
When I was like, I don't have acid reflux, and they were like, okay, that's this. And then,
Well, you're just a loud asshole.
and then later on, I was just like, okay. I remember talking to my doctor, and I'm like, no, it's totally acid reflux. And she's like, yep, take these. And then it got better. For a while, it got whatever. Who cares? It got better.
Cute.
My voice
Look at that.
Cat's being cute.
She's a forever kitten.
got back to normal. It doesn't really. All it prevents me from doing is shining at karaoke.
Yes. There were so many things connected to trivia. Karaoke was also a thing. We won't get into that though. I mean, that was just plain fun. There's not much to say about it.
We've mentioned it like 25 times already.
I know.
But we won't get into it.
We won't get into
We won't get into it.
But we got to get into Empowerment Olympics.
Yes. That was well, you might as well go with the history of that. We should.
What do you mean might as well? It was me.
I was there for every apartment. What made the medals at least 1 year?
What was apartment Olympics, Norm?
All right, so when it started, it was I would have people over to my apartment all the time, 3-4 times a week.
Yeah,
and I remember the best explanation I can give to people is, first off, by the way, if we're gonna drink that, let's drink it already.
Someone take the biggest one.
No, God,
I'll
no.
take the biggest. Oh wow.
No, you're
I'm
driving.
taking the smallest one.
Damn
Don't
it.
edit that out.
Yeah, edit that.
All right, give me the biggest one. Also, why did you split them up before you poured it?
What do you mean?
Nothing. Anyway, so we would go to my apartment multiple times a week. Best example, this is what I was going to say, is that like I would have people who would be like, "No, don't you have any food at your place?" And I'd be like, "No, I don't," because friends come over to my place 2, 3, 4, sometimes 5 times a week, and I cannot afford to feed this many people this many times.
Hell no.
One time,
no.
did he reimburse you for the Chef Boyardee?
He crashed that night, and I heard him in my kitchen rummaging around, and eventually I walked out. I was like, "What the hell are you doing?" He was just eating cold Chef Boyardee out of a can. And then I took it and microwaved it for him, and he was like, "Yeah, this is so much better." Anyway.
Oh my God, I love that.
Shoot.
All right, Candy cane dreams, and
Here's to fuck you 2020.
there we
But
go.
that's me and Corey.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it's easy peasy.
It's Green Dragon.
Lemon squeezy. Say it.
Anyway, so we'd play Foosball at my place. We would play Seen It on my Xbox 360, and we would play Beanbag Toss.
At the time, we didn't have
Bag toss.
We didn't have your beanbags, but we had Bag Toss.
Okay.
And it was just like a place where I was just like, "Oh, we're always competing. This is super fun." And at that point, I think we were already having people over previous years for the Royal Rumble. And I was just like, this is a perfect idea. Let's just get everybody over. It'll be a full day of competition. We'll do tournament style to get everyone in. It was always supposed to be 12 people. It never had 12 people because someone always, at least one person, always bailed the day of. Or like was like, "Yeah, I'll be there at," it started at 1, and then they would show up at like 4 and be like, "Why is this important that I was here earlier?"
Like,
and
because it's tournament style.
Oh, I would get so upset. And then, like, Spaz, God bless him, would just razz me. The last time we did it was just razzing me like crazy. And I realized afterwards, I was like, I guess I am it's not that I was like, I am taking it too seriously for the fact that, like, if I'm going to take it this seriously, I need to find 11 other people who will take it this seriously. I can't just find 11 other people. But it was always so much fun. We made medals. Everyone was in costume because that was one of the events. I made it as I called it, I didn't call it potluck.
Bring a snack. Cook off.
It was
snack off. That's what it was. It was called a snack off. And I was just like, I was like, you can just make whatever you want. We'll vote on it. Almost every year the events were somewhat different. Like one year we played cribbage. One year we started playing Kings.
Operation was a year.
Drunk Operation, which wasn't even that tough. Yeah. Eventually, we got rid of that after one. That was a breakdancing. That was it.
But there was always a last one that changed every year, basically.
I have a highlights reel in.
I think so. And then,
really?
What?
You guys didn't know that?
Probably not.
No.
And then it was we'd always watch the Royal Rumble. It would end with the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Fuck me.
And because we love it, and it's one of those events where you cannot be a wrestling fan and still enjoy it because there's so much craziness going on. It could be a lot of fun.
Well, you could, that's right. Like you didn't have to be.
It just turned into, but it was honestly, it was a 1 p.m. to 1 a.m. day.
Yeah. And
full day.
Norm would put a lot into it, and that's what kind of was just like it wasn't. Hard. I know it wasn't just like like you used to write like opening ceremonies where like there was a write up about every single person, which I think
or event. I think one year I made it events because I was like, I can't do this because I was up at like 4 a.m. the previous night.
You did persons, and then you would do like events they'll excel at and events that they will not excel at.
This channel has no videos.
What the fuck? No,
Is that you?
this isn't right.
Dude, don't worry about it. Just listen. You asked the question.
Like, I mean,
there's a way.
Why is it entertaining for your viewers to watch us watching a video?
I want to see this. Shut your fucking mouth.
I can always edit it out.
But yes, it was this, like, and one year, like, everybody had like a hand-drawn thing that was like about...
Oh, 80s.
Oh my God.
80s. Oh, that was, by the way, the costumes. Oh, and like for a little while we were like, you pick something to represent.
Once again.
Oh, that's him. That's Spaz reading out.
I did not know this was.
If we're not too strapped for time, we can play this.
No, we still like.
What the hell time is it?
It's 11:30.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, let's go.
We have.
This is a reaction.
This is. Oh shit! It keeps doing that. Fuck.
Are you gonna show this?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's right there.
My
All
listeners
right.
don't
I
care.
reserve the right to get 5 skip forwards.
No.
What do you mean 5 skip forwards? Like
Like if it's dragging, it's just Spaz
Oh,
reading
like-
out my
Department is
comedy.
cleaner than
I
it's
want
ever
to-
been.
But you're
Cleaner than any time there was a girl out here on a regular basis, whether a girlfriend or an evil spirit who wanted to destroy all
Justice
muggles.
the Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Norm's parents visited that one time. Cleaner than Corey's birthday when Norm didn't care that much about how clean it was.
Max.
The nations
No, I
are
was-
different.
yeah. I was
The
Jessica
actors
Jones
are
this
somewhat
one.
Different. The events
Nice.
are pretty much the same. The original trio of Olympic Games have returned, of course. Bag toss will lead off the day, minus a Melton.
Melton. Nice. And we've talked about Meltons were classically late too. And mainly
Which means wild cards are in the deck.
That means he
Football
told me
and seeding will follow
because it
with
was in the
kings thrown
program.
in the mix if we can. That's the beauty of sport and the
This is the
frustration
year
of
he showed up
organizing
as
it.
It's
One of the
Always Sunny.
favorite spectator
We
sports
just
among the apartment
drew,
Olympic
like,
faithfuls
lines.
is that of watching Norm
Yeah, Alicia's
freak out as he
man.
tries to organize
What is
everything
it?
and get it all done
He
in
put a
time
name
to
tag
the
on
Rumble.
his chest that it wasn't
His
his
strength.
name. And it
Righteous.
I
tried-
think his
Righteous
propensity for
mustache, by
bag
the
toss
way.
would make him the best
Very
bet
cute.
for goal.
Well, 80s, yeah.
But Corey will be the first to admit he has 2 silvers to his name, and a dark horse females have golds.
Me.
He has
Great
become the
outfit.
Elvis
Look at my
Swing
muffins.
Oh yeah, it's
Look
great.
at my muffins.
Your hair.
You look right out of Mad Max.
Yeah.
Last year he medaled in 2 events by
you ever
sneaking
get a
in
golden
at the
bag
last
toss?
minute.
Eventually,
He
I
won
did
a
this year.
costume medal without having had
I did
I
well
would
in that
always
costume.
lose to a girl in the
I haven't
final.
done it in like
I
2.5
lost to you.
years.
You got the gold, and I lost to
Indeed, a
Voldemort.
medal-winning surprise even to
That's
Corey
why it was
himself. Biggest weaknesses.
my
Wheat.
Yes.
If everyone put
And
wheat in
you
their snacks,
compiled
Corey will
these notes,
double
right?
over.
Yeah, it
For everybody.
my writing.
Like this
All
was
that.
an intense
Then have
thing.
to shower.
This was
And
like
it'll throw off his whole
a lot of
game.
planning.
in the shower.
Tell them I showered.
Keys to victory. Kurt not coming. Ways to get in his head. His own fist.
I used to punch myself in the face.
Martina Jones, biggest strength.
Oh, yeah, Martina.
Snack. A new competitor to the Olympic Games.
No, we
she signed on the on the
everybody
second
right.
she found
Like
out her
it's
delicacy
Yeah.
could be matched up against other people's efforts. A gleam in her eye and a devilish smile emerged as she told everyone and anyone that they need
Undertaker
not
would never
bother.
cross
They
his
were
legs.
moved. They were the people in the engine room on the Titanic, and she's Billy Zane.
Oh, the cook-off was Martina's claim to fame.
That's right.
Biggest strength. Summoning the power of the snake.
What was
Nikki
that?
will rip
Dignity.
with her venomous bites and other snake-like features. Nikki's true strength lies in her resolve. Refusing to let Norm get his way could easily lead to her victory. Biggest weakness? Like a hero in the first act of a movie she's probably never seen. Cannot reach a
Nikki the snake?
Yes.
so she is willing to accept
You used to send her snake emojis a
Or
lot.
snakes. We
That's
tried to
right.
make that
I'm like
nickname happen.
Degrassi.
Should the time come when she embraces her destiny, she could lead the way in all events. But that quest will not be easy.
Sarah McClellan, biggest strength. The power of her imagination put to costume is what comes to mind first. But
I was the Jessica Jones, but I was Jewel.
Unless you follow
Or
her.
Jewel was that?
This one had a few outfit changes.
She is
Of course he
defending
did.
two
I think
gold
they're
medals.
mentioning it right
One
now.
being bag toss, where she is looking to crush Corey's dreams once again.
That's right. It was
Her
year
biggest
2.
weakness. Being able to tell
No,
what
once
are
again.
real foosball goals and what aren't.
Amazing.
Also, I think she's only bringing one costume this year. Part of her gold medal performance from last year was
Not the
having
costume
three
bitch. I will always be. Even if I get married, I will have multiple wedding dresses. I've worn it already.
What was your multiple costume? Oh,
not saying words that don't exist.
Did I turn? I think I turned into the other Jessica Jones, and I think I also brought the hot dog.
I'm trying to think of the year
Corey's,
before.
he's a Fleekosaurus Rex.
Yeah, that was it.
What did I do the years before? Wonder Woman?
Say she's not taking enough photographs while she's amidst a competition.
She's holding a camera right now.
I think that there's a good moment in this. I think involving the cat.
Gold medalist. He owns CNET and has probably played it the most, and is the defending gold medalist.
No, but I owned it like.
And defending champion of wrestling.
Yeah, it's right there.
Also, badass.
And in his opinion, as kick-ass
That's right on the wall. It's in my trophy case right now. Actually.
No, it's not. It's on my shoe rack. You don't know. Jill's got it.
His own braggadocious nature could be his downfall. His desperate need for everyone to have a good time and like all the stuff he did. Last year, his costume was so good, people forgot he was wearing one.
That's right! Fuck, that's right! I dressed as the 90s and everyone was like, you're just Fred Durst.
You're just you.
And you were in the 80s?
How to get in his head. Just
That's
go
80s
anywhere near his
aerobics.
Computer. He hates that. Also, if you mess with P in any way, he freaks out. Evan will too, and maybe Nikki as well.
My costume's already half off, which is a running theme of Department Olympics.
Oh, the cat.
Right, scared him.
You filming everything today?
No.
That was me asking that too.
All you costume people losing your costumes. I was so pissed. I commit to costumes.
I picked mine because I was like, my costume lets me compete.
My one costume, I think I won an award for. It was off.
Oh, it was like it was Cosby and Dell Dentistry and one other thing.
It was Priest, and I was Planet Sexual.
That's right. Pat showed up as Purple Man.
That's right. We had that picture
And then the
together.
next year, bailed at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was so upset. I had told him so many times, I was like, you can't bail. I was like, I'm cool if you say you're not coming, but you just can't bail the day out. He's like, don't worry.
What are we eating? Lasagna?
No, what's
What are you doing there?
Maybe?
Was this the year I smoked out?
What do you think he does? You did great
Yes, but
candied
that
bacon one year.
clearly isn't that.
Ooh.
I miss this apartment so much.
Oh, this is my playlist, which was all 80s aerobics theme song.
And we should point out, we had a setup so the TV showed bag toss. If everybody just looked to the left, they could see it. And we just
It was me working my iPad on my Apple TV and getting
God,
getting
that's
bag
funny.
toss on
I
TV.
just love the commitment. It's just
And Norm's
you know-
commitment to aerobics.
It's really hard. I also really like dancing.
Of course you do.
I want to say you look so young there, but I think it's just because you don't have a beard.
Whenever we played Kings and people would be like, rule is no dancing, I'd be like, fuck it, I'm just going to sit and drink them.
Oh, that was. There was some crazy Kings Cup rules. What was the one where it was like you can't?
Can't touch your face. That was the one that always got us. The one I would always
drove us
use,
crazy.
and I suggest to anyone who's ever playing, because it's so much fun, is that anytime someone drinks, they have to do this.
There you go. See, buddy.
Like you're in a Pepsi commercial.
Yeah. Thanks for the pity.
Oh, that's a gold medal, I think, buddy.
That's when I finally.
Look at this moment.
And you made me put it on you, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
I was just like, yes. I was like, do not.
And you're
me.
you're in an undershirt at this point.
And spandex? I don't even remember. I had like bike pants. You can see if I'm circumcised
Oh, that's
or
right.
not.
These are Martinez shots, which were baked.
And cupcakes.
Yeah, like cupcake liquor. Because that one was tequila and the other one was like a mudslide or a Bailey's.
Oh my god, we used to have so much fun, guys.
I know.
We were such
These
great
were the
friends.
fucking glory days. Look at that. Deep fried.
Deep fried Dorito wedges, deep fried
right.
cheese wedges. You overcooked them.
Yeah.
And you ruined like 8 things in my apartment.
Exactly, and I also smoked out a pregnant woman. Was this the real? Was this the year? Yes, it was.
Yeah, Alicia
pregnant, but we didn't know.
Alicia.
Nobody knew.
I knew.
You asshole. You're just telling me now?
I wasn't allowed to tell. That's why she was like, I have to go.
I'm in a moment right now where I know someone's pregnant that no one else knows, and it's just really exciting.
God, scandalous.
It's really
like
exciting.
right.
It's such an honor to know.
Me?
Someone's. I think you know the. Well, yeah, you've met her.
Okay,
You know,
You're not like good friends.
You know, I just said, "Is it me?" and neither of you reacted. I think you know her, and I'm like, "Oh, that's not ruling me out."
I knew you were in photo.
And I think this video comes to an end quite quickly because then I end up getting too drunk.
This was back when I had my basketball tattoo.
This is a video. Do you have any words? Hang on, before. How do you guys? Oh my god, we got 2 medals on each.
Yeah.
Bring it up.
Who's accepting silver?
Evan says I can.
Evan's neck's getting heavy.
There you go. Let's get this right here.
This is a video. What do you have to say?
Posing for 5 seconds.
You guys done good.
Thanks.
I know what I did.
You guys done well.
I will say, my medals, I have faces on them.
This is your
I was used to, I think.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck, that was the scenic because
And the best was
who was?
Do you remember who the gold medal was for bag toss?
Brian Austin Green.
Brian Austin Green.
Yeah.
Oh my
Because his was your bag.
I remember what. Do you remember what was bronze?
No.
It was X-rated because it was actually a picture of a scrotum.
Yes, that's right. I remember that.
Silver was like a Fenny bag or something like that.
I
Or
still
like
have my medals somewhere.
the other day I cleaned out my drawer and I found my medal. All my medals.
They're somewhere. I have a from one of the years that I made because we always had to draw names for like who was playing, and I would make personalized pieces. They were just strips of paper.
Yeah.
But they had like personalized drawings on them.
Yes.
And I have one of them are framed.
Yep.
Because I kept them all. And there's I don't know. There's some
Mine was my basketball tattoo, which
That's
I
right.
got
That was
covered up.
great.
Yeah.
The best one though was Jingo's, because Jingo's was his dance,
His
but done as the
dance.
bathroom man.
Yeah, he would just do this weird dance, so it was just thrusting out and.
And the other one I liked was Jenna's, which was was like a cartoon bunny that I showed from the front, and then I showed the flip side of it, which was the bunny holding a knife behind its back.
But also, Big Socks was just 2 socks
on a birthday cake because it was her
birthday.
birthday.
Yeah, it was a birthday. That's right.
Socks'
All right,
birthday.
So Apartment Olympics was the glory days. That was so fun.
That's good times.
It was amazing.
We gotta hang out more. Friendship needs to come back. Can we renew friendship?
We can renew friendship.
Yeah, I would do it more, but it just
Can we
became.
hang out more? Is what not even like it doesn't have to be perfect.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were trying to bring back Apartment Olympics. I'm like, fuck, that's a big
no,
ask.
like foosball.
Also, by the way,
hangouts,
is your
drinking.
shot glass done differently, or is it just not? No, it's just not empty.
It's just not empty because I suck at shots.
That's not. Oh,
This is delicious.
Oh.
I can shoot this.
Yeah.
Look how proud we are of you drinking 1/5 of a shot.
Nothing's changed, Norm.
Nathan clap.
Okay, what's your segment, Corey?
Okay, so we were wearing the 2020s.
Okay.
What?
Yes.
What? No.
Well, I had one more question because I feel like this segment will take
yeah.
us off the rails. I just have a feeling. Norm,
Yes'ms.
how are you liking podcasting with Corey on InTalksicated Reviews?
You paused way too long.
I know. It's because I enjoy it because it's funny. We're both, Corey introduced me to it. We're both big fans of the Weekly Planet podcast. And they've said their intro story. Like, we were already friends. It gave us, and they were like, we do this because it gave us a reason that we had to hang out with each other every week. And of course, that was never the case with me and Corey until I left the place that we both worked at.
Yeah.
And so,
you left?
Seriously, I've had 2 jobs since then.
I seriously didn't know at all.
Oh, that's fine. That's fair enough.
He acts like it's a long period of time. Those 2
It's
jobs
not.
were in a
It's-
very small period of
that
time. That
was.
only happened recently.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Okay, we'll talk
I'm working at call centers. It's nothing exciting whatsoever. But anyway,
But yeah, we don't.
starting with when lockdown happened and when I had nothing to do, Corey would just be like, "Hey, watch this. We'll talk about it over Zoom," and that really started it because it was as I mean, we did that because, of course, you weren't socializing, but I was also like, oh, this is so much easier. Like,
because you don't have to leave your house. You can
just leave my place. Like, we can set a time. We can just do it over this. The only time I find it difficult now, and granted, I've told him this, is that when it's shitty material to cover, but also I don't help find material to cover, except on rare occasions.
You're just
like maybe 10% of the time, but most of the time it's up to Corey. And when it's so obvious when I like something and when I don't, because like when we did Back to the Future or when we did the newest Saved by the Bell, like I will not shut up. I'm just, yup, this is amazing. That's amazing. This is amazing. Let's talk about this. I noticed this. I saw this thing happening in the background. There were ants on a log, and AC Slater said, no, these are mine. I brought them from home. But when it's something that I don't like, and Corey is so detailed how he goes into, which is great because then I don't have to pay attention. But when it's stuff I don't like and he's just going into detail and like, I'm just like, yup.
Right.
Yup.
You can talk a lot about stuff you like, but not necessarily stuff you don't like.
Well,
I just want to get through the boring parts.
The terrible thing with Norm is not terrible. But the difference with this podcast is just like Norm doesn't appreciate a good bad movie. He's just like, I like good movies. I hate
not even The Room.
Never actually seen the whole thing.
Ow.
School Spirit.
That was a whole thing.
School Spirit, I had so many things to say about.
Yes. Well, that's become a running joke.
Land of College Prophets.
You had a lot to say.
I had a lot to say about, but most of it was like, this is bad. I have no creative ways to say something is terrible 30 times. But yes, when we've had episodes, we did when we were reviewing pilots. There was what was it? It was it's
Changing Bad.
That's it. That one was awful.
That was bad.
When we did the New Love Boat, sucked because there were really great moments in it, but it was like 45 minutes, and I wanted to talk about maybe 12 of them.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just getting from one thing to another. I was just like, no. I was like, I don't.
That's fair.
And it's also, I should say, it's like, I'm saying something to make sure that it's not Corey on his own, but I'm not saying anything more than the barest of minimums. Because I want things to keep moving.
I think this is a classic case of you're critiquing yourself too much.
No. This is the truth of what I feel in my head.
You're good at roasting and making fun of things.
Oh, I am. But when he's talking about, okay, so the social director on the cruise ship wants her mom to think not her mom, wants her aunt to think she's the captain. And then they go talk to the real captain. And he's like, hey, wait a minute, I'm the captain. And I'm just like, yup. Because I'm just like, I want to kill myself 7 times.
Yeah. That's fair.
But it is I think for a while, but also with COVID and this year, it's better. Like, we did really well. Norm was awesome with planning, and we do Zoom. There's something to be said about being next to the person.
Yes, it's so much better.
It's so much better, and it's so much easier.
Hate
to make
Zoom
fun of
recording.
stuff. When you're on a computer, it is tougher.
We had some good Zoom episodes.
We did have some great Zoom episodes, but also
I also drink when I go to your place. I don't really drink that much. When I'm
so
just
if
sitting
you
by
had
myself.
to pick Zoom or in person, what would you pick? Just based on like what you enjoy more, because I hate.
I say in
Zoom.
person. There's
in person, but like I'm also spoiled in the way that like Corey will come pick me up.
Yeah.
And just be like, cool. Like,
it makes it easy for you because you're giving him someone to bounce off of, and that's priceless in podcasting. And like finding that is
it is great. It's the same as anything else. Like if it was a thing where like to make roughly the same money, all I had to do was talk about something stupid with Corey for 2 hours a day. I'd be like, yeah, let's do it in person every day.
Yeah. But
I'll have a podcast empire soon. We'll get you guys there.
That's the thing too.
I get 1% because I named.
That's my goal,
something.
is to have a podcast empire.
I named the fans. I named the drunk tank, even though neither of you picked it up.
What?
Norm was like, you should call your fan base the Drunk Tank because it's intoxicated. I had another name, but nobody loved it. I can't remember.
No,
I call them the Talkies, but I don't really.
That's also bad.
And also, for a while, we were recording in the penthouse in my building, and he named it the Intoxicators.
I love that.
Oh, also, I named like 5 of our
episodes?
because
segments.
Like
Mayday was yours.
Mayday was mine.
Box.
Crisis on Infinite Opinions was mine. I had some more. I had more than that, but I was like 1%.
Corey came up with Intoxicated though.
I get 1%. I know. I'm just saying 1%. I'm not saying. I'm not trying to Winklevoss anyone.
Nice reference.
Winkle.
But like also like back on the like when Norm quit his job, it just forced us to talk every week and my mind is still blown by that. But okay. Yeah.
But it's the same as what I was talking about before. It's that we're both making an effort. To be honest, Corey probably makes more of an effort now, which is fine because I'm over too. But we're both making the effort to remain in contact, which is what
friendship is.
Yeah.
It's not even as stupid as that is. Oh, that's what friendship is.
I'm trying to make this more feelingsy than I'm trying to sneak in the feelings.
Stop it. I have no feelings.
We talked about our feelings and then we just cut them off.
If I had the green screen, I would green screen.
We walked down those stairs.
That would have been amazing.
But like,
the most
is in a sense.
It's like now is on our birthday cards, and that is.
I gave you a good one.
Yes.
What did you say?
By the way,
what did he say? Not.
It was.
All I wrote in it was love Norm, but I wrote it like a 5-year-old.
Yes, I remember that.
It was something about. Go listen to your voice.
Go listen.
Yeah, wait. We read it out verbatim.
Saved by the Bell, 2020.
Is this the most recent one?
Yes, but this is coming out later, so nobody.
Oh yes, okay.
But yes.
Also, like, wait, no, drunk.
What?
Can you get me a beer?
No. I was drunk and I forgot what my train of thought was.
Yeah, Norm's
so I was like, I'll remember.
He's beer guy.
I'll bring it up when you guys are talking about something else. It's nothing.
Yeah,
Corey's used to that.
Butt right in. That's very true. Okay, so we did like most of this episode is going to be us talking about us, which that's awesome. But for the 2020 and the Jersey kind of thing, I had a thing I looked up because I don't want to talk about 2020 everything bad that happened. I looked up a list of. It ain't all it's called, and this is put up by Fox 29, which I'm guessing is an affiliate for Fox. It's Fox 29.
Fox 29? I think it's Buffalo.
Philadelphia.
Oh, Fox 29 in Buffalo also exists.
Oh, really? Okay. It wasn't all bad. Here are 20 good things of what happened in 2020.
Okay.
And I looked at this list, and I'm like, I can shit on most of these.
Okay.
First one out the gates. We can skip some of these because we don't have to go through all of them. I'll just mention them. Neighbors start singing in the rain while social distancing at a dance party.
Sorry, why is this good?
That is number one on exactly.
That's number one.
That's number one. I don't think they rated them 1 to 10.
They're just like finding heartwarming moments that happened in this garbage year, and saying that there were the good things that happened.
Yes, and we'll get to all the garbage moments they want to bring up. But I don't think that, like, I just think about the one guy who's like me who hates sound outside my apartment. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. We don't need singing in the rain.
I just hate that song.
Yeah, it's a terrible song.
It's not good.
It's really not good.
It's no Baby It's Cold Outside.
Ugh.
I mean, if you're going to sing in the rain, it's Quit Playing Games With My Heart.
Or It's Raining Men.
No, that's
who's sung by who?
That's 2 on the rain.
Jerry Halliwell.
The Weathermen.
It is not. It is
Weather Girls.
But Jerry Halliwell did a great cover.
She did. She can cover me.
Anyway, it should be Quit Playing Games With My Heart or I'll Be Missing You. But that has to be done both in the rain and directly under a street lamp.
Yes.
Yes.
Where you dance like this.
Or Taylor Swift's Delicate. Yeah. Her delicate music video is her dancing in the rain.
Is that an actual song, or are you just saying her delicate music video?
Is it an actual song?
No.
Who are you asking? Who are you?
What I'm saying is delicate the name of a song?
Yes.
Or are you like,
delicate.
are you saying there's a genre of Taylor Swift music videos that are like,
song.
her delicate music video?
It's an actual song off Reputation, which is an underrated album. It doesn't get the love that it needs.
I heard she doesn't
Justice
give
for
a
Reputation.
damn about her bad reputation.
Oh my God. Justice for Reputation. Although she dropped an album last night and it's
Joan
phenomenal.
Jett?
No, Taylor Swift dropped. She literally dropped
Cardigan 2?
album.
Oh man, don't get me.
Wait, Cardigan's a song. Forest 2.
I realized my ultimate.
What the hell was that album called?
Folklore.
Forest
2.
I mean, pretty much
Is
forest.
the cover like a forest though?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Jackasses.
I thought no.
It also starts with
saying that
F,
like
it
it
makes
literally was
sense.
called Forced and then the number 2 at the end.
By the way, I realized the other day that because trivia doesn't happen anymore, I have no clue what's going on with pop music anymore. Because I don't have
Taylor
to. I
Swift
don't
is
have
dropping
to.
surprise albums all the time.
Yep.
But anyway, keep
Okay,
going,
so
Corey.
that one's not great, but oh my God, my phone won't load fast enough. Here we go. Also, SpaceX launches 2 astronauts into space for the first time.
Yeah, but didn't they blew up
Wait.
on Mars or something, right?
Don't people go to space all the
don't
time? That's not really a big deal.
Oh, by the way, something happened like 2 days ago where a SpaceX unmanned shuttle, no one was killed, blew up.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's not that bad. Things happen.
I'm just like, it's also stupid.
Can we talk about Elon Musk for 2 seconds?
Elongated muskrat?
Yeah, it's full name, obviously.
Great joke by the Weekly
Now
Planet.
he's
just fantastic.
He's saying that like he's like a COVID denier now or something. Like,
Is he really?
kind of, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, where he's saying it's like man-made. It doesn't really matter.
It's one of those things where
It might be.
You know how like when you see someone who like maybe wins the lottery or like goes from a nobody and they get a reality show and then they're becoming like super fit, like they think they're so famous that they everything
right
like people things change.
Uh-huh.
Like things change about their personality, about their behavior.
Like Mike the Situation.
Imagine what it's like when you're a billionaire.
Yeah.
Like and just every person you meet wants your money.
Yeah.
And just
Or also
either
it's like
wants
you're
something-
Tony Stark.
wants
Yeah.
something from you or wants to give you everything ever for maybe like for
exchange.
everything from no reason to like horrible reasons.
Right.
And like, yeah, of course Bezos and Musk are the most weirdest people now on the planet.
Yeah.
Because they have everything. Like, how does your brain handle that when you have everything you could ever want?
Yeah. That's so
and
true.
no wonder they were like, COVID is not true. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I think who's benefited from COVID the most is
Bezos.
Bezos.
Yeah.
Amazon's got the other,
yeah.
the online shop. Like,
Oh, have you not like it's that random statistic that he could pay every Amazon employee like over $100,000 and he'd break even.
It's insane.
yeah.
He'd break even for the money he's made since March.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a guy.
Yeah.
I have him on Instagram.
Is it Jeff Bezos?
It's not. I just,
Is he following you back?
yeah. He follows me, but I refuse to follow him.
Does he love Lou Brown?
I really do try not I try to not buy from Amazon when I can, but honestly, like there's so much stuff on there that
I've
so
definitely
conveniently
bought
on
way
Buy
too
whatever
much
you
on there.
want.
Yeah, I do use it.
I do love that like places like Willie's is getting lineups and stuff like that. That's so his name is Dan Price. He is the
They're giving Willie's on Amazon?
no Willie's like said like they
Yeah, I
may
know.
close and they're having lineups.
And Halifax
Maybe we should
noise
say that we need podcast downloads, and hopefully people will come to our aid.
Yes, exactly.
Or else it
Subscribe.
Or we'll
closes.
shut down.
People are lining up. People are lining up to get your downloads.
It's this guy Dan Prince. I'm like obsessed with him.
Okay.
He is a CEO of a company. I think it's called like Gravity Payments. doesn't really matter. But he just puts up figures on Instagram about like how much people are, how much big corporations during COVID are like making like gangbusters, and like small businesses are failing. And he's a CEO that came in. He's like, anybody that works for this company, me to the bottom, we make $70K a year. That's it. Everybody, no matter what you do for this company, makes this. And this model will work for any company, they say, and if like you make more money, if you pay, you can pay everybody a certain, and people be happier and stuff like. And he is phenomenal. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So Dan Price.
What company is this?
Gravity Payments, it's called.
Okay.
Payments or pavements?
Payments.
Okay, so
Gravity
they can
payments.
use people on the phone.
Bam.
I mean, I'd like some 70K.
Yeah, of
nice.
course.
Yeah.
Fucking nice.
If I make 70K, we're not friends anymore. I don't need you guys.
Oh my
We'll
God.
buy new friends.
I don't need my 1%.
Who are you going to pay for street cred? Find another half black guy that you will.
That's true. Who are you going to pay for XFL jerseys?
Oh,
no one? You'll just buy them yourself?
Yeah.
Good luck. Wait.
Yeah. XFL.
That's interesting, though. That's really interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
By the way, the other day, I was like, what? Not even the other day. Yesterday, I was like in my kitchen.
It is another day.
In my kitchen, I was just like, man, I could really go for an ice cream parade right now.
Ice cream parade?
We threw an ice cream parade at my place for a non-birthday.
Huh?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay. Hang on. I think this might be the best
It was
thing that
just
happened in
three
2020.
types. It was just
What's
three
an ice
types
cream
of
parade?
ice cream. And Corey got like half a cup scoop out because he doesn't have an actual ice cream scoop in his
Funny
apartment.
enough, next day it was in the
Found
drawer.
it, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
For who?
For me.
For Corey, for no reason.
Definitely not a birthday.
For not December 6th.
Yeah.
Even though it was December 5th.
Wait,
ice cream
what?
parade.
Okay, so who did this ice cream parade
Did I
for
do it
you?
wrong again?
And what was it?
It's because we keep having to celebrate it on different days every year.
Yeah, that's it.
Like next year, I'm going to be like, December 4th is his birthday.
But non-birthday. We had a non-birthday party for me.
I wasn't
because of
invited.
a
Okay.
reason. Well, we had to keep it under COVID regulations. Then it was just fun.
Not in your top 5. Okay.
But
Okay.
No, there was no top 5.
And there was no
There's a
birthday.
top 4.
And there was no
Oh,
birthday. Because of reasons that
Oh, right.
you guys can figure out, but maybe not.
Just follow the watchtower.
Yeah, yes. All along the watchtower.
Hey.
But I had an ice Norm for no reason threw me an ice cream parade, which I know we're throwing
What's
ice
involved in an ice cream parade?
There's a traditional dessert that you serve on the day that people have where they were expelled from a uterus. And we were like, nope, we're not doing that. We're going to have 3 different ice creams, and that makes it a parade.
Okay, I was
ice creams
picturing
is just
you
an option?
walking around with the ice cream.
I was, but no, that wasn't a
2 different
prerequisite.
options, 2 different ice creams, just like,
What flavors?
one or the other.
What flavors?
Okay, so
And what toppings?
Haagen-Dazs banana chocolate peanut butter, which was my favorite.
yes, Netflix and chill, and chilled, which is
It's really good.
which is the name of one of my things on the podcast. So I copyright infringement. Netflix and chills is this thing. But anyway, that was peanut butter, vanilla chocolate,
Pretzel.
and pretzel. Yes, and the creme de la ice cream.
The Grand Marshal.
The Grand Marshal of the ice cream parade was Sour Patch Kids ice cream.
Was it good?
It tastes like popsicle in ice cream form.
Yep.
It was amazing.
Oh, I really want ice cream now, but I'm
That's what it was.
intolerant.
That was the biggest one. That was the
I don't
biggest
know
one.
if any lactose was in that last one.
Corey liked it, which that's what was most important, of course.
Yeah.
I liked it, and the 2 other people there did not like it.
The Sour
So it was
Patch
like-
ice cream?
Yeah, they were like,
It's
it's
polarizing.
so gross, we don't want to touch any of it, which means Corey got to clean up all the parade confetti himself.
Yes, I did. And it was magnificent.
Don't tell your doctor.
I know. I have a Russian doctor, and she's like, no more sugar.
No more ice cream parades.
Yeah, I know. Did she hear about ice cream
I
parades?
really hope she listens to this. And you go to get an appointment, and right at the end, she's like, hey, no more ice cream parades.
Hey,
There you go.
I listened to your podcast. What the fuck is an ice cream parade? And you are not allowed.
No, we explained it.
Yeah.
So she kept listening.
Yeah.
She knows.
Feel free to talk about me.
We're
What?
Oh, we're gonna talk about Sarah.
Why aren't we just pausing?
What? No, because I don't know.
Let's
She
open
likes
a window.
Anna.
It's so goddamn hot in here.
It is very hot. Can we make fun of her board though?
All right.
All milk is bad.
Plan B gender reveal. Plan B Zika virus.
Yeah, just write that in there.
Britney Spears. Mildly suicidal. And then suicide glam?
Like Kurt Cobain.
I
Yeah,
guess.
not glam. He killed.
He
glam.
wasn't glammy.
Crazy hot scale.
Oh, crazy. Yeah. That's How I Met Your Mother. There's one that has an asterisk and just says, "Can I come?" And it is not the way you think it's spelled.
Yes.
Or is the way you think it's spelled.
Probably.
Enthusiastic consent, and the asterisk is after that.
There's a lot of asterisks. Big Personality has an asterisk too. Love Addict. Is that
No.
Haunted Orgy?
All milk is bad?
You know who love a haunted orgy? Come on. Dan Aykroyd.
Oh,
Ghost
yeah.
blowjobs.
Yeah, he does love.
Insert video here. Find it. Other women.
What was I watching? Oh, so one of my favorite things right now.
Can you tell me what the bottom says though before we get there?
Edgar's.
5? Edgar 5.
No, it's Edgar's.
There's an apostrophe before the R?
No, that's the dot above the I.
Oh my god.
Which doesn't make that's not how you spell Edgar's.
Wait, edging.
Edging. Makes more sense. What were you
No, that is an R. That is not an N. What's going on? GTA 5 has like great songs. GTA 5, Party All the Time comes on. My girl likes to party all the time.
I love it.
And then the other song that I was like, I don't know if anyone else knows this song. I can't believe anyone
Nobody
else
in the
existed.
world does.
It's the song that plays at the end of Ghostbusters, and why I thought of it. But the end of Ghostbusters 2.
Is it the one like Take Control? No, that's Ghostbusters.
Because Ghostbusters 1 is, of course, Ghostbusters.
Yes.
But Ghostbusters 2 is, damn it, I just had it in my head, and now I forget. Everyone be quiet while I think about the theme.
Oh, we can capture room noise.
Pee now.
Yeah,
we can
so do
capture
I.
room noise. Okay. Continue with
Okay,
the list.
so
we have the list.
This is another heartwarming story, apparently by Fox 29.
This is by the way, this is the laziest way of like, I prepared something.
No, I love it. I love lists.
It's good.
I love lists.
As Mr. I don't edit or do anything.
Hey, I admit it. I'm too
Coming up with
lazy.
weekly shit is hard.
Yeah. So the first part's fine. A 103-year-old veteran survives COVID-19. A 102-year-old woman survives the virus twice.
Yeah, I heard about that. What a
So-
badass.
All right.
So
I like that.
Yes, it sounds like a feel-good story, but it just determines that, oh, you can get this fucking virus multiple times. Yeah. Like, which was kind of...
Did you guys not know that?
It was kind of... I mean, I listen to medical reports from presidents and not scientists.
Oh,
so
okay, that's why.
I just found out it's actually a thing. Did you guys know it's actually a thing?
No, you
It
just
is an
open up your
actual
arm and
thing.
put it out in the sun and you're cured.
And if you
Thank
overcome it once, you're not
open
immune.
up my arm that I can't fully open up. That's
Yeah, but
very
look how the
insensitive.
instructions
Tone
are
deaf.
there. The
Tone
instructions are there already.
deaf. Cut my wrist?
Well, that's wrist is part of the arm.
Yeah.
Jesus.
By the way, playing GTA 5, and I can't do it, but one of the characters has cut here, but it's not on the wrist. It is somewhere where you would hate it.
Oh. Yeah.
On the dick?
Yup. He would hate that.
I would hate that too.
On the eye.
No. No. But we don't have to get to where it actually
That's
is.
where it is.
I wanted to bring this up. You brought up GTA a little while ago. Quick side
Grand
note.
Theft Auto.
Yes, for the
Date
layman.
me.
Seriously?
Date me.
But I bought Cyberpunk
Are
2077.
you Keanu Reeves yet?
No, but he's like in your head.
No, but are you Keanu Reeves yet?
Not yet.
You're playing it wrong.
It's the first game where your avatar that you create,
Create.
you can pick if they have, and you can see it, if they have a circumcised penis or a non-circumcised penis and the length of it. You can pick that for your avatar.
I feel like Richard posted an Instagram story with a naked guy. Maybe it was the same video
It
game.
probably makes sense where I'm just like, why is that coming? I was like, oh, there's going to be sex scenes, so you can pick your penis or nude scenes, which I was just like, dude.
Finally, a video game I can play. Can girls pick like their boob size and
Yes.
like and
guy,
like bush or no bush?
You can be guy or girl. You can be trans if you want. You can have a female body with a penis. If you
I
like.
love it. Inclusion.
Yeah, it is very inclusive and an amazing game. Shout out to Cyberpunk, sponsor the podcast.
So, and what did you pick?
Oh, I went straight like biracial, but dreads, very long cut dick. So yeah. And like some cool clothes, I guess. I'm not running out with my wang out the whole time.
Not the whole time.
Not the whole time. I would love if that was the game. Me
Just some of the times.
Yeah, just running around my wang out, just whipping in front
The
of
word
people.
wang. I think we got to bring that back. Wang.
I'm trying.
Cyber wang.
Cyber wang.
Okay.
Okay, what else?
Next one's about Kansas farmer mails mask to New York governor for health care workers.
These are just people doing nice things.
Yeah,
the bar is
so
low.
We'll get better. I'm going through a bunch. Mother opens special needs bakery. That's what she called it. Special needs, but special needs is in it's K
Like need?
Yeah, like need bread. She opens this bakery to employ her son with cerebral palsy. Now, this is supposed to be a feel-good story. Oh, God. Which I guess you can say. But doesn't it just shine a light on society hasn't given my son a job, so I have to open my own pun-filled bakery so I can give my son a job and he'll start paying rent. That's all.
Jesus, so
I mean-
true. I had a darker thought, but I might not say it on the podcast.
You should.
I was going to say how... And that's not going in the podcast.
You're both idiots. Well, they're just jerks. It's one or the other.
Okay.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure the son is like an amazing baker.
Oh, okay, perfect.
And
I didn't read articles.
And, like-
I just saw headlines. So I'm just,
by the way,
Good,
like,
good for him.
like that name, holy yeah, absolutely. Like get a name that gets attention.
but if I say it at trivia nights, I get blasted on the
Get
internet.
blasted on the internet. That's true. How? Actually, only I got blasted on the internet. I got
That's
blasted.
right,
You got some splatter on you after I got blasted.
You got blasted on the internet? From what? For what?
Seriously, we told the story like an hour ago.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant over something on
do
the
you not
internet.
pay attention to,
No,
like,
I was. I
your
thought
own
you
thing?
meant I got blasted on the internet
Maybe
about
you
something
should
I
stop
did on the
getting
internet.
up and walking away.
God, this is
and
the
not
second
listening.
podcast I got shit on for being a bad
Yeah.
host. Okay, keep
That's
going.
not- I'm not saying bad host.
That's only two. I get
I'm just saying
shit on all the time.
inattentive.
The next one is Netflix documentary series Tiger King excites millions. This is not a positive for
He's-
2020.
He's terrible. It's poor animal abuse.
And apparently he's going to be maybe pardoned by Trump because he has a name that like you can pardon and people are like, yay, we released the Tiger King.
Jesus Christ. Don't release that asshole.
Yeah.
Who cares if they do? They're all terrible.
He's an animal abuser.
No, but they're all terrible.
Yeah, no, I know. And they are all terrible. I feel like in that situation, Carol Baskin got way more hate than him. And that's just sexist.
They're all like.
Oh my God, trivia name. Carol Baskin Robbins. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking someone has a joke. Who is it?
Tiger
Martin.
King of Tiger.
Martin has a joke.
Oh, really?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, it's like don't go to the new bakery down the street, Carol Baskin Robbins, or yeah, he
That's
came up
not
with
a
it.
bakery. That's an ice cream parlor.
Or the new coffee shop down the street.
Ice cream parlor.
You say coffee after that?
I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Baskin Robbins.
I've
You
never
don't know
been
about
there.
Baskin
She's
Robbins?
butchering the.
I'm butchering it.
Yeah. Martin, check out our episode on Simon Says.
Tiger King of the
Martin's
North.
also gonna be on the
by the way,
Christmas
Tiger
episode.
King of the North. You missed the easiest one.
Tiger King of the North.
But like King just happens forever.
Yeah.
That just ties in. Like the only thing you can't tie it
Oh,
into
I like
is
that you're
Tiger
coming up
Lion
with
King.
2020 trivia names right now. Like if we were doing trivia again, what
I
would it
kept
be?
sending Corey trivia names well after I was off the team.
I deny everything.
I'm not saying you use them. I'm just saying every once in a while. And sometimes it was like 6 months between it.
I did a trivia night with 2 people online at this American thing, and I won best name of that.
American?
It was American. Yeah.
You should get into Andrew Evans online trivia. It's awesome.
I've seen it before.
It's awesome.
What?
Keep going with this story.
What's the name that I?
Oh, what is the name that you used?
It was Wuhan Clan.
Oh, that's not one of mine. Or is it one of mine? No, that's not one
it's
of mine.
not. No. It was.
No, I
mine.
never got Wu-Tang.
But I won a Monopoly set for best team. name.
Fuck yeah.
Monopoly.
This
Fuck
is
yeah.
one that sounds good, but I will say why it's bad. Maybe Norm will figure out why this is bad. Former Reading Rainbow host LeVar Burton reads to COVID-19 quarantine people. Why is that bad?
Is he reading in person?
Yeah, he would show up. Apparently, I don't know if there's a partition. It's because I feel like those people just wanted an autographed picture because you cannot.
I never wanted to meet LeVar Burton. I just wanted an autographed picture. You can't disappoint a picture.
That is a community line.
It's, by the way, I recently rewatched Community, and I was watching it with my fiance, and like I have that show so ingrained in my own head that I will now start laughing
before the jokes
20 to 30 seconds before a joke happens. God. And she's like, what are you laughing at?
That's the worst.
She's the best audience because she's like, what are you laughing at? And I'm just like,
that's annoying as someone watching
I will point at the screen and she'll be like, what? And I'll just be like,
yeah. And then it happens.
And no, it eventually happens. And it's just like, it's not a medium one, it's a cookie one.
That's great. Also, a man finds a 9.07 carat diamond that he thought was a piece of glass. Now, this is bottom of the barrel COVID happy stories. Like, one man got rich off a diamond that he thought was a piece of glass.
Did he actually get rich?
I should take that story and pitch it to the podcast that I work on.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
0.7 carats is not that much.
No.
7 carats.
9.0.
Oh.
I have no concept of carats and diamonds and how much things are.
It ranges between 123,000 to 1.8 million. So
most engagement rings would range between 1 and 2 carats.
So that's a 9. Yeah. Wait.
So 9.7 is
God, they're
very
crazy.
big.
They're so far. I was doing a shoot in Charm.
Sorry, when I say most engagement rings, I mean like most people.
Yeah.
Like they're the fancy ones you see that are like 5 carats, like on the news. I'm just saying the average person, their engagement ring, it's not gigantic. Of course, it's not gonna take out someone's eye if they get punched.
Right.
Okay, so I skipped a few. I'm gonna go through the best ones.
Okay.
This one, I think is more damning to my personal psyche as a bad person, which doesn't take that many.
We already covered it.
Yes.
You're a bad person.
This one is a petition to rename Columbus, Ohio, Flavortown has racked up 130,000 signatures. Now, people know Flavortown. It is a famous catchphrase by
Guy Fieri.
Oh, I thought it was going to be like, no, that's a cigarette company.
No, it is Guy Fieri. The pandemic has made me realize Guy Fieri is an amazing human being, which utterly shook my
he paid off his employees' mortgages? It was something ridiculous.
He did that. But apparently during every major catastrophe, he feeds people, but during this he knew about restaurant workers not making a lot of money, and he has raised a bunch of money to support a lot of out-of-work restaurant employees, which is insane. And apparently he's an insane philanthropist, which I'm just I feel utterly terrible about constantly making fun of him being the Nickelback of shares. He is an amazing individual.
I'm commenting on, I believe it was philanthropist.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, hey, he's close. He's there. Philanthropist.
You were very
I didn't
close.
call him a full-on rapist. Everybody knows that show. Whatever, I'm dyslexic. Leave me alone.
That's why I didn't.
Dyslexic people are like often geniuses. So, you know.
I often.
You know.
Way to let down the curve.
I hear that. I've been reading up about it.
Way to wear an XFL jersey.
Because Reese from
gave it to me.
Reese from Canadian Politics is also dyslexic.
Really?
Yeah. But he's also like an amazing video editor. So like he just sees things differently. Like,
yeah. No, I've watched a lot of things that make me feel better about myself, but I'm like, no, I understand that. Like I'm more of a visual. Obviously I'm a visual learner, but like I can look at something and figure. I'm a problem solver visually. Like you can put something in front of me, and after a few hours, I'll get it to work, even not knowing what it is, kind of thing. I'm amazing.
What?
I'm like Ford from the X-Men.
I mean, he's like, you can put something in front of me, and after a few hours, I'll figure out how it works. I'm just like a fork.
Yeah. Pick up, scoop food.
Hang on, Jen. I'm gonna get this. Don't tell me how this ends.
Thinking about being scolded about something is so funny. So this is a stupid side story.
I love it.
I don't think I told this on the podcast, but the other day, we brought up briefly, but my doctor, who is Russian and brutal, was just like, hey. She called me because she's like, get this blood test, because she actually cares, which is weird. She's like, get a blood test. I haven't seen you in a while. I just want to see how your health is doing. And then she called me. She's like, you're doing amazing, but your sugars are high. You have to get them way down, or I'm going to send you to a nutritionist, which is fine. What?
Ice cream parade.
I know.
Ice cream parade.
No, she brought it
My
up.
fault.
It's your fault.
My fault.
Should
have been a bran muffin parade.
The sad thing is, I have no idea where I was going with this.
So you were scolded for something.
Nutritionist.
Oh, yes, sorry. So she scolded me. So, oh, fuck, I lost it.
Nutritionist.
Jen scolded?
Jen
Fork.
It's definitely the
yeah,
doctor.
sorry. So Jen helping me along was just like, got rid of a bunch of snacks and stuff. And she's like, she individually bagged like carrots and broccoli and cauliflower. She's like, these are snacks, like blah blah blah.
These are vegetables.
Yeah,
eat them.
And so much so that like she'll buy cauliflower, but I won't eat it. And she's like, okay, I put them in Ziploc fucking bags, so you can just grab it and don't have to cut a cauliflower. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then, but this may sound disgusting, but Miracle Whip, I just grab like I have a bottle of the Squeeze Miracle Whip. And all I do is like squeeze it on cauliflower and eat it.
No, do cream cheese.
You will not be toned down.
That's where we're going. It's such a stupid joke that nobody will remember, but
it's me, you, and Donnie.
It's such. There's an old Miracle Whip ad where it's like they're trying to. It's so fucking mind blowing. They're trying
to appeal to like Generation X, but like 15 years too late.
Yeah, and it's all these cool teens. And they're eating Miracle Whip. And I'm not joking. This is something you can find online. Look up Miracle Whip. I won't tone it down.
Yeah.
And then it's so funny. And it's just all these cool Gen Xers are like, we're cool, we're hip. And we don't listen to everybody. Like when they tell us to tone down our mayonnaise.
Miracle Whip. We will not be toned down.
Yeah, we will not tone it down.
It's just ridiculous.
And then like, so Jen's like, and by the way you eat, like, you can't just eat Miracle Whip. Like, it's got a ton of sugar in it, which I'm supposed to cut out. And I was like, wait a second. Are you telling me to tone down my mayonnaise? I will not tone it down. Like, I just had this big fit. Oh, it's so funny. Everybody look up that ad.
Oh,
it is
I love
amazing.
Tone it down.
Here.
Tone it down. We could watch it, but it's getting late.
That's good. It's time to go.
It is time to go. Do you have any? Are there any other ones?
I'll go through a few quick. We're good. 4-year-old twin girls dress up as Biden and Trump for Halloween. That seems like pretty accurate. Where it's just like two kids going wah, and that's
no, they're 4. They have no idea who they are. That's parents.
Oh, they don't.
Like,
no, but I'm just saying
very true.
The way they would just react naturally as 4-year-olds is pretty accurate to the debate.
To the characters.
A baby is born from an embryo frozen for more than 27 years. And I'm like, way to give them mommy issues, being like, "Oh, your mom is dead 27 years before you were born."
That's hilarious.
Like that is
27. Yeah,
that is not a great 2020 COVID story, but yeah,
good for the family.
Maybe they'll still meet.
That's probably it's a thing where it's like they wanted the lineage to go on. They wanted a new family member. I'm like that one. I'm like, yeah, that's great. That is good.
This is one that's hilarious. 7-year-old throws personal prom.
So we're just moving past it.
We're moving past it. I'm trying to get through it. You got to get home till your carriage turns into a pumpkin. 7-year-old throws personal prom for his babysitter, for him and his babysitter, after his was canceled. So, growing up, you have a crush on like babysitters, teachers. I feel like if your babysitter took you to prom, it's gonna fuck you up for a psychiatrist years down the line.
Well, how much older is she? Sometimes they're not much older.
Look, it's in North Carolina. He's black, she's white. I just want to say it, put that out there.
No, that's nice.
I think that's nice.
It's not his prom; it's her prom.
Yeah, but
he's
wait,
7.
that's worse somehow.
It's not his
but
prom.
He asked her to prom. I'll throw you a prom, and she's like, "Yes." You think he's just
are
like,
they're going
this is a feel-good story? He's like, "Oh, you're my wife now."
Hang on, are they on dates together?
No, he's 7, and she goes to prom.
I
to be
confused
honest,
the story.
I haven't read the article.
I love that these are out of context.
It's the greatest night of their lives, and you guys are shitting all over it. Don't you know what prom is?
I think that's slightly sketchy.
I never went to my prom.
I'm not a huge fan of that.
It's not true. I was there with you. We went to prom.
We have pictures. We have pictures from prom night. Best night.
Best night of our lives. Don't you remember we kept yelling that at Mark Anton? Best night of our lives.
Oh yeah, I remember that. A woman invites feeling lonely to virtual Thanksgiving. Didn't really read the article, but that just sounds sad to me.
Oh my God, that makes me want to kill myself.
And also, Fauci says Santa Claus is immune to COVID-19.
Oh, that's good. Good for you, Fauci.
Stop telling your kids about Santa.
But I'm like, if he's immune,
I guess.
How are we not cutting him apart like he's Alf and finding the cure for COVID-19? He's the gift that keeps on giving.
Where's my bell?
It's over by the cat dish.
That's right. I threw it over there. Slid it.
We need it for the end. Anyway, I think that was the last article that I skimmed over a lot, so that's it.
Well, that's awesome, because that took the place of what I was going to do, which was this Freudian assessment of Norm and you.
Yeah, we weren't going to do that, so that's okay.
But I do end the show on 2 questions that you have to answer before we leave. You've done this? I think,
like
a couple
finger
times.
guns. I don't like hand shotguns.
Something that you don't like about yourself that you're working on, okay, and something that you like about yourself
that I'm not working on.
I mean, something you just like about yourself.
After you, Corey.
Start with the. We're gonna end on high notes, so start with the negative.
I don't like my hairline, so I fashioned
Oh my God, not something like that.
Great headband that nobody mentioned.
I'm not crazy about my hairline.
Something
either,
mental,
so it's right
something
there.
emotional.
You know what? When I think really hard, you can see them.
Nothing physical.
What am I working on by myself that I do not like? God, I'm not the greatest person for self. Like, I am who I am. If you accept me.
Oh my God.
I'm not.
Yeah, you don't change unless you're called on it, and then you can change, but you're not.
There's nothing that
you're not a self-starter.
Not a bad habit or like something that like.
No, but also to be fair, he's got the greatest self-reflection system ever in Jennifer West.
Oh, maybe.
Because she will say right away when he's out of order.
That is true.
Yeah.
I don't take it too to heart.
Has she brought anything to light then?
Yeah, but I don't listen to a lot of it.
Some of us don't have that.
I think I have. I'm really digging deep, but maybe my biggest thing that I've been trying to work on is that, you know what? I am damn near perfect if it wasn't for arrogance. So I'm working on my arrogance.
How are you working on it?
I'm being trying to be more humble.
Okay.
But it's hard.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Try to be more. Okay, and then something that you like about yourself.
I'm awesome.
The rest.
Oh my god.
The rest.
Everything else. I would be damn near perfect if it wasn't for my arrogance.
The same thing.
Yeah. No, you know what I love about myself? Fuck everything. It's bad.
Oh my god.
It's hard. I made it through 2020 without killing myself and a smile on my face.
Ding ding.
Yeah.
And a smile on your face?
Yeah. Marty.
No, that was for you.
Oh, me, yeah. No, you know what? I think what I like about myself is that I'm kind of like a duck. I let things wash off my back a lot. Yeah. I'm like that. What I really like about myself...
You don't let things affect you too much.
I don't let things
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
If you say so.
Unless it's losing a foosball or not getting a trivia question. Yeah. But everything else.
You know what? I love about myself.
He lets other people's stuff wash off his back, which is good. Like, hey, I'm not even saying that as a negative. I'm just saying that's more accurate.
You know what I love about myself? I'm kind of like a viper. And if you get up in my face,
Randy
you
Orton.
get bit.
Randy
And I'm
Orton.
talking about because I'm wearing a Vipers jersey.
Bang, gang.
Tampa Bay, you know what's up.
Bang, gang.
Norm, your turn.
Oh, what I need to work on is opening up myself to telling people personal things in matters that I don't want them to know about. And the way I'm working on that is to be continued. Like, maybe.
You know what you should work on? Your attitude, because it sucks.
Oh, that's my attitude? Yeah, no, I don't know. I'm sorry.
There's no help, nothing about yourself that you're improving.
Probably, but there's nothing about myself that I like. I like keeping an aspect of not secrecy or mystery, just privacy.
Anonymity. I almost got there.
Was that a word that you said?
Anonymity? Anonymity?
Hey, you got through empathy and apathy, and I was impressed by that.
When I drink a lot, it's a lot of handguns. I don't know.
But I don't think like admitting faults is like overly like.
Oh no, it's not. And if it was a conversation between two people of privacy, maybe. But even then, no, I'm not a public person. That's why I've never.
Maybe that's your flaw. You're not a public person.
There you go. So that's the way I'm working on it. Appearing on this once.
Okay, well that is a step. That is a big step, actually.
And also, but it's a double-edged sword. Like most swords, there's two edges to it.
I mean,
the same way.
Swords that are carried by pussies.
Really?
Oh,
yeah,
what's the single-edged sword that you know of? Oh, katana.
Yeah. The coolest sword that
helped you out.
You did. I was like, the Japanese sword, that's awesome.
Really, this is like a weakness and strength question. Really.
But in the same way,
a rapier.
Crap. I actually probably think everything about me is wrong. So there's like when you're like,
That's
hey, what's
something?
right about you? I'm like, it's like, nothing.
No, you're. Norman's a very social person that brings people
That's actually
together.
a better thing. You guys should answer them for each other.
I match my shoes to my shirt to my hat really well.
What do you like about Norm? What do you not? What's something that you don't like so much
about me? What do you?
Or like something that bugs
me?
you?
Sing it.
Okay, first of all,
No,
I think Norm.
Sing it.
I can't fucking. Thing I hate about Norm is that he's always trying to make me sing when I can't sing.
Don't make me sing.
Don't make me sing. Don't make me sing. That goes back to karaoke, which we're not talking about, which we established earlier. No, you know what? I like that Norm is a felicitator. I'm making up a lot of words.
That is definitely not a word.
Facilitator.
There you go.
Yes.
I think you just said I like to watch Felicity a lot.
Which is also
what I hate about Norman is constantly ragging on my grammar. And also he talks about how tall he is compared to me, which is weird.
Yeah, but seriously, like this is
you're
me sitting up straight.
And I'm not small. I'm average.
You're
I'm
not.
6,
But
I'm 6 foot.
look at me sitting up straight right now.
You're normal height. I'm short.
Norm's in a higher chair than me.
We're in the same
No, it's
chair.
so much higher. You don't even know. I wish it was a visual.
Exact same chairs.
Hmm.
And what bugs you?
About Norm? He corrects my grammar.
Okay, that's it?
The same thing.
No, your good thing was that you're a facilitator, and I will keep saying
There you
that.
go.
Facilitator, yeah.
Yeah, don't. Okay. And he's patronizing. That's another thing I hate about it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right.
That's it. You guys did it. You made it through.
No, he didn't say shit about me.
Yeah. Norm.
Oh, we were so
What do you like?
I know. Say it.
What do you like and don't like?
I dare you say it.
What do I like about Corey? It's a very strange line of undying loyalty, but don't you dare question him.
Yeah, that's so true. I think you must have some Taurus in your birth chart.
What's that?
I think you must have some Taurus in your birth chart somehow.
No, that's
if I believe in that, maybe.
That's just
there you go.
stop accepting.
Stop being stubborn,
No.
Mr. Taurus.
Stop accepting really deep thoughts and just being like, yeah, stars. Stars made that happen. Anyway.
I like my stars at war. Am I right?
Taurians are stubborn. You said, okay, is that what you like about him or not like? Is that a good thing or bad thing?
I thought I said both in one.
Yeah.
It's both in one.
Yeah. No, honestly.
That's
undying
very,
loyalty.
very true. It goes both ways.
Just if you get in and
you're in.
don't. No. But also it carries it's similar aspects, I believe, of friendship values that I have is that there's a value in loyalty, obviously, and actually it's kind of it when it if you're just going to take it to bare bones, that's it. It's just like, if you're going to be my friend, say the things to my face that you're going to say the same things behind my back.
Yes, so true.
And I think the only thing I've ever said behind Corey's back, I was just like, I'm not sure if he'd make a good manager at the restaurant I worked at, but I also told him that.
Right.
And it was just like,
I was furious.
Really? Were you?
Well, it was also like, do you even want to be the manager? And he was like, I don't know.
Quick thing, one of the funniest things ever is that this one old guy, I'm shitty to people at the bar. It's not a secret.
That's your thing.
That's my thing. It's endearing. I'm like Sam Malone if he wasn't a total asshole. But there was one time where this old guy was just like, wanted to talk to me. I was so busy, and I was just like giving him the effect of like, leave me alone, old man. I have a lot of people to serve. And Norm came up at the bar to get some drinks. And the guy looked at Norm and he's like, the bartender's like, I don't think he likes me. And Norm's like, don't take it personal. He doesn't like a lot of people.
Well, I said he doesn't like anyone.
Yeah, he doesn't like anyone. And then I think he eventually said, like, all I want to know is how long it takes him to do his hair, which was way more coiffed than this. And then I just think I said, like, not much. But
and then I got my drinks and that guy had to wait.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. That's funny.
Anyway.
That's it.
Thank
you guys so much for coming on. This was awesome. This was a lot of fun. Plug the thing that you want people to listen to.
Yeah, listen to.
This was okay.
Oh, it wasn't terrible.
No. I'm just saying, like, that's. Oh, I was still giving it a bad. Like, it wasn't a medal. We didn't win a medal.
We didn't win a medal.
No.
What? I love that.
What did we come in?
7th.
Jesus.
7?
How many people are in the race?
10.
Oh. Anyway.
Jeez, that's really hard on. That's really hard on
if you want witty batter like this, please tune in to InTalksicated Reviews, where we talk about anything entertainment. We have a lot of segments. I can't go. Yeah. Mayday, failed TV pilots. There's a lot. It's all movies, and we make fun of it.
TNBC section.
Marvel
TNBC
stuff.
section.
Are you going to do a Wonder Woman episode?
When we watch it.
Yeah.
If
I know Sarah wants in on Wonder Woman, which we definitely, and that's Crisis on Infinite Opinions.
Can we go to the theater and sit 2 seats apart from each other?
Probably not.
Can.
No?
They're open. Theaters.
Yeah, I know that. I'm just saying probably not for me.
I guess it's over Christmas.
Also they announced.
Also, it's going out on HBO Max the day of, so it's like, hey, guess what's better than paying for it?
I like going to the theater.
Oh, I love going to the theater, but not right now.
Yeah.
Not until I know Well, I've had
HBO
the
Max
vaccine.
is free?
No, but the
Okay.
internet is free.
Because
I'm a terrible pirate.
Also, today it just came out that like you can't leave Halifax still, so I'm not seeing my parents for Christmas for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Which I know that like people deal with that all the time, but like I've literally because they're literally nagging. I've never.
I've twisted. There's going to be a huge spike after Christmas because there are going to be.
Oh, people are going to break the rules for sure.
I've gone through a year of not seeing my family, and I'm like, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
unfortunately, there's people.
This is gonna be a shitty Christmas for a lot of people. It's gonna be a shit Christmas for a lot of people.
You know what? One shit Christmas leads to maybe not two shit Christmases. So be smart, people.
Yeah, that's right.
But yes, Intoxicated Reviews. Please come over. It is hilarious, if I do say so myself. Norm's not. If Norm rubbed you the wrong way during this episode, he's not in every episode.
Don't worry, I rub myself.
He's in most.
Yeah. But no. It's great. Yeah, that's the
subscribe to Intoxicated Reviews.
Yeah.
And I gotta go get the thing.
What? It's just us talking about random shit.
No, there's a bell. There's a whole system.
There's
you affected the ecosystem of the podcast.
But you have to do it together.
I am the ecosystem.
It's the battle cry. And thank you guys for coming and ring that bell together. Put your hand. Put your hand over Corey's hand.
No,
the podcast isn't done until it happens. You got to do it.
That's fine.
I won't let you leave until it happens.
I know you guys aren't as stubborn. Wait, he is. You're not as stubborn as
I sing. Mr.
Oh shit! That counts.
It does.
That counts.
You got beers for those.